Kettleers return home to Lowell Park following a much-deserved off day yesterday. Liam Ervin alongside Brooke Killgore field side. The day before that was a game against Harwich where the Kets led 5-0 at one point. Final score was 11-8, Brooke.
It was definitely one we were not expecting. You look at those scorebooks and you kind of wonder what happened in that second frame. Of course, going to the bottom of the second, Mariners' bats just exploding and the Kettleers really having their first true test of things offensively and the defensive side. A couple of errors here and there. Tate Davis, though, trying to attempt the comeback with his second home run of the season and a couple of runs scored there and there. It was a fun game to call, but it did not work out in the end for the Kettleers.
Today, it's a familiar opponent. The Chatham Anglers head back into town, this time hosted at Lowell Park. Last time it was an 8-2 victory for the Kets.
And I know they're going to be definitely a little nervous with Hogan Denny hitting that 2-hole today. He had those 2 doubles that really helped bat in at least 3 runners for Cotuit while scoring 3 of his own. He was a force to be reckoned with. These Chatham Anglers not having too great of a start to the season overall, but they're going to be looking to come back here at Lowell Park.
Well, it's a familiar opponent across the diamond, but some new faces within the clubhouse for the Kettleers, specifically bolstering their pitching staff in the bullpen. Truett Manuel has arrived from NC State.
Yeah, the NC State 6'2", 206 righty. He's been trying to get his bearings underneath him. He was a redshirt freshman this year after coming off Tommy John surgery. So interesting to see how they'll utilize him. But the relievers have been absolutely insane for Cotuit so far. Of course, names like Jonathan Edelman still holding a 0 ERA this far into the season. We'll have to take a look to see how good these relievers are.
Well, the third member of our crew, Carson Mercier, is joined alongside the newest addition as well, Aaron England.
Thanks, guys. Alongside Aaron England, newest pitcher for the Kets in 2026. Got here just yesterday. Aaron, this is your first experience on the Cape. Last year in the Northwoods, can you just tell me how exciting this opportunity is for you to pitch against the best of the best?
I was really excited earlier this fall when Coach Williams told me I was coming here. I was ecstatic. Obviously, the Cape, long history, you know, known to have the best of the best, and excited to be here with them and excited to pitch against them.
You threw 4 innings in your freshman year, over 30 this year, and some great success. What was working for you in the spring of 2026?
Really just staying in the zone, fastballs, moving them around. Real big focus was trying not to walk guys, and the hits will happen, but if you can limit walks, you know, you can have success.
And finally, coming into this summer, pitching against the best of the best, are there any goals or achievements that you want to accomplish with your time with the Kettleers?
Throw hard and get a lot of outs. Really, that's my plan. I haven't really thought about it too much. I got here last night, so probably think on that tonight.
Awesome. Well, Aaron, thank you. Good luck this summer. First pitch coming up.
If you can dream it, if you can cruise in it, if you can summer in it, fish from it, or take it for a day at the beach, we can protect it. The Baldwin Group. Protecting the possible.
Cape Cod 5 is proud to be the official banking partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Cape Cod 5 offers a broad range of financial products and services tailored for every stage in your financial journey. Reach out to us. We're here to help.
Reader's Hardwood Supply is a candy store for wood, whether you're a professional or an amateur. Reader's Hardwood Supply carries over 70 species of both domestic and imported lumber from around the world, displayed in over 300 self-serve bins for your selection. So for your next project, make it your masterpiece with stock from Reader's Hardwood Supply. The woods of the world are here at Reader's Hardwood Supply.
If you're a Massachusetts resident and don't have a bachelor's, you could be attending 4Cs for free, all while preparing for careers that actually move you forward. Aviation maintenance, nursing, dental, funeral service, we've got it all. capecod.edu/free.
Try it, then buy it. Rent a new cat for up to 90 days. Then apply 100% of the rental cost to the purchase and save. The Milton Cat Rent to Purchase offer. Try it, then buy it. Go to miltoncat.com/RPO.
right in the infield. Hunter Warren gets his first start at third base this season for the Cats. Dayton Murphy and Noah Coy up the middle. Tage Davis, Justio reliable at first base, and Hogan Denny gets the start behind the dish. That was a big issue at Harwich, was the stolen bases. There were 5 of them in one inning at one point, Carson.
Yeah, they were running wild all over Seojun Oh, and that's not solely on him, right? We talked about how the pitchers have at times been really solely focused on the batter and the long leg kicks, the long home mound to the plate. It takes too long for any catcher to have any ability to throw anyone out, so need to clean that up. Hogan Denny, he's got a cannon. We've seen it this year.
Hunter has 1 appearance already this year. 2 innings pitched, 2 hits, no runs, 25 pitches, 3 strikeouts. Flag blows heavily out towards center and left, whipping around the entire day. Should be today. Rhett Johnson due up first for the A's. The grass is green, the lines are painted, and the Cotuit Kettleers are ready for Game 5 of the CCBL season. First pitch misses inside. Johnson, one of those go-to guys. Some new additions to the A's since the last time the Cats saw them. That was at Veterans Field just about a week ago. 1-0 pitch from the righty Hunter. Blows it by him. Hunter's got the four-seam fastball and the curveball. Those are the 2 predominant pitches you'll see today. Also worked on a sinker-type pitch this year at Kentucky. Kind of calls it a 2-seam fastball. Moves like a sinker. That one just low. Umpires for today's contest, Jeff Merzel behind the dish, Brendan Murphy at third base, and Jake Brikia at first. Anglers 0-4 on the year, just scathing for something to get them going in this early season. Fouled out of play. Attendance light tonight at Lowell Park, but with the winds and clouds, makes sense, Brooke.
Yeah, it's definitely the typical June weather that you expect on Cape Cod. Being the proximity to the ocean brings in a lot more of this heavy rain and cloud atmosphere, but we've been very blessed, to say the least, with all the sun that we've been getting.
2-2 line and fire from Hunter. Just misses that outside corner. Denny tried to bring it back into the zone. To no avail.
Just pumping heaters in this at-bat to open off. Up to 93 on that one.
It's been 5 straight. Hunter can run it up to 94, 95. See how the wind plays a factor as that. Johnson putting together a good at-bat in the leadoff spot.
Fouling off a couple here. It's kind of what you're looking for as the leadoff hitter, right? Trying to see some pitches, give info for the next guys. Not a whole lot of info to give other than what the fastball's doing, though. Maybe he goes to something else here.
And the A's will take this first at-bat as a win, regardless of the result. 3-2 payoff pitch. Slapped down the third baseline, just barely foul. Hopped over that third base bag, freshly painted. Hunter Warren, almost with a test in his first appearance at third base. He's played a little bit of short this season for the Cats, a little bit of second base. And no J.J. Moran in the lineup tonight. That's the true third baseman on the Cats roster, so sliding over to the right side of the infield is Hunter Warren at the hot corner. Hunter will do the 3-2 again. Misses high. What an at-bat from Rhett Johnson to get things going at Lowell Park. A base on balls and an early base runner for the A's.
Rhett Johnson, so far this summer in 4 games that he's played, 1 for 2 at bat, but he really relies on those walks. 6 of them recorded and only 1 strikeout. He's meticulous in how he takes these at bats, and like you guys were saying about the leadoff spot, this is a great opportunity for Chatham to try and turn it around. 0-4 on the season. They're really struggling in some of those categories, including batting average.
Here's one of those reinforcements I was mentioning. Jacob Parker out of Mississippi State had an absolutely stellar freshman year, .339 batting average. Big hack on the first pitch he sees from Hunter. Another fastball right there. It might have been that sinker version. Sliding a little to the left side, away from the lefty hitter Jacob Parker. Hitting .429 on the Cape so far. 1 RBI, 2 walks, 1 strikeout. And Hunter smartly keeping the runner in check.
This is what you're looking for Cotuit. A lot of stolen bases against Harwich a couple of days ago. Got to keep the runners close to the bag.
Mississippi State this season, of course, made it to a super regional. That was absolute cinema against Georgia. Georgia went on to win that one, but now Parker will be teammates with freshly committed Kett, Brady Chrisman, not in the lineup tonight. 0-2 count, nobody out. Brett Johnson led off the game with an 8-pitch at-bat and walked. Due on deck, Connor Schaus. Long hold from Hunter, and he'll go back to first base. Well, that's a big point of emphasis. Hogan Denny did throw a runner out. Only time he caught this season was against Chatham and was pretty solid behind the dish, but struggles on Tuesday night from the backstop. 0-2 delivery. Sliced foul again.
They're just sticking to that fastball here. Top of the zone there. Able to catch a piece of it is Parker.
Parker mashed 18 long balls at Mississippi State this year. Hitting the heart of the lineup as a freshman. Not something you see a lot. Perfect game freshman of the year selection. Just off the plate again. 93-mile-per-hour fastball.
That one might set him up for an off-speed pitch. I think maybe change up. Seen only fastballs in this at-bat. Trying to get him to roll one over. Turn 2.
2 would do the trick. Went with the off-speed, but it was way high. Slipped out of the hands of Hunter. Be interesting to see how the wind, possibly a little bit of showers, plays a factor. Again, 20-mile-per-hour gusts today at Lowell Park. Not something that the kids have been used to in the early season. First 4 games were pretty nice weather. A little chilly at Wareham on Tuesday night. As that one, the first punch out of the day for Tristan Hunter. Works back following a long at-bat. Gets a punch out on the 2-hitter in the A's lineup.
Well, only one off-speed in that entire at-bat, and it came the pitch previous to that fastball. I think he set him up for it, too. Kind of misses inside with the slider, but uses that miss to go up and away with the fastball to get the miss. Swing and a miss.
Connor Schaus out of Texas Tech. A's had 7 hits the last time they faced Cotuit, and 2 of them were credited to Connor Schaus. He hit that single into center field. It had a lot of top spin on it. Snuck by the glove of Jace Lee at Veterans Field, and center went all the way to the wall, and that was a triple. Ended up scoring a run. Did Connor Schaus. Hunter went with that off speed again. Hasn't been able to locate it quite yet.
You're a pitch away from Rob Cooper in the third base dugout. And it's true. All you need is a ground ball here. Get you out of the inning, get the bats up.
Well, Murphy currently at shortstop turned an absolutely fantastic double play on Tuesday night. That was when he was playing second base, went in the hole at second, spun around, fired to throw to second base, and that was one of those big momentum shifters. That was a back-and-forth game. 5-0 at one point. The Cats led, 11 unanswered for Harwich. 2-1. Mashed out towards right center field. Beaver dealing with the wind at the track, and he'll jump and not make the play. The wind played a factor in that one. Over to second base moves Schaus. On to third, Johnson, and 2 runners early in scoring position. There's that wind.
I think any other day on the Cape, that's a routine F9. Not today. He's got trouble with that one, does Landon Beaver. It kind of took a weird route to get there, too, and I think that just tells you how much the wind really is playing a factor. The flag in left center field blowing straight out to left, so he was kind of headed straight back. Had to start moving to his right.
As soon as that ball got in the air, seemed like it would be trouble for the Kettleers right fielder, Landon Beaver. Runners moved to second and third with 1 out in the top of the first. Corners will play in. Davis playing at the cut of the grass. Warren about even with the bag. Well, the wind was a factor on Tuesday, not as extreme as this, but one of those home runs, one of the 2, for Harwich definitely got into the wind stream out in left center field. Lashed the other way towards left. Lee will have to deal with the wind. This time he has it, but the run will come in to score. Early offense for the A's gets them on the board 1-0.
Situational baseball. That's the best. Playing for a run early. Able to get on the board with the sac fly. No chance for Lee to do anything but get it back to third. All things considered, if you only give up one in the inning, you got to be happy if you're the Cats.
You'd absolutely trade the out for the run right there, especially in the early going of this game and outing for Tristan Hunter. Find him an out. Breaking ball looped in again, missing the zone on that off-speed pitch from Hunter. Well, the A's have hit the ball hard to the gaps 2 times. None of them have gone over the fence quite yet. That's something the A's are looking for. 4 games, they're the only team on the Cape right now currently without a home run to their name.
It's not the only struggle for this offense either.
Offense has definitely been up and down this season so far. 0-4, last in the East Division. Kettleers sitting at 3rd in the West. That time clipping the zone with a 91-mile-per-hour sinker is Hunter ahead 1-2.
One offensive stat that the Anglers are actually succeeding in is they're one of 3 teams on the Cape so far this summer to have a triple. So take advantage of the bats that you have in this moment. The Anglers need to do anything to get themselves on the board.
1-2 delivery. Fouled back by Harlan Haviter. He was another guy with success against Cotuit at Veterans Field. 2 hits for him. That was a game started by Alex Soteropoulos. Dealt around some issues with command, but all things considered, pitched a pretty solid one. Hunter toes the rubber. 1-2 pitch. Just high and off the plate.
I'm surprised Schaus, the runner on second, doesn't just take off for third here. I mean, this is a giant lead that he's got, and up the middle, Dayton Murphy not paying too much attention to him. Neither is Tristan Hunter.
Well, it's said that most of the time you don't want to make the last out at third base, but you're right, big lead for him. Won't matter in this situation. Hunter with his second punch out of the inning. 1 run does come in to score, though. It's 1 hit, 1 left on base. No errors for the Cats. 1-0 the score. Chatham on top. 8.5 left to play right here at Lowell Park on Cape League TV.
Cape and Coast Bank has been supporting Cape Cod families since 1921. Just like the Kettleers, they believe in teamwork, commitment, and community. Whether you're planning your next big move or need smart business advice, Cape and Coast Bank is there to help. Find out more by visiting capeandcoastbank.com or at their nearby location off Falmouth Road in Marston's Mills.
Proudly serving Cape Cod, Plymouth, and the South Shore since 1927, Paul J. Cazault & Sons are here to solve your roofing, siding, or gutter needs. They also offer window replacement, rotten trim repair, deck resurfacing, and many other exterior improvements. Get in touch with the experts at Cazault Roofing and Siding by calling 508-428-1177 or head to their website at cazault.com. That's CAZEAULT.com.
Hey Cotuit fans, this is Dayton Murphy, shortstop from Purdue. This is your home for Kettleers baseball all summer long. Catch all the action from Lowell Park and on the road right here on the Cape League TV.
Lowell Park, 1-0 the score. Chatham gets on the board in the top of the first inning, and the Cats turn to grab the bats and get things rolling. On the mound for Chatham today, one of the more interesting stories in all of collegiate baseball, Jack Oman, the righty out of Yale University. Sophomore heading into his junior season, 6 foot out of Mesa, Arizona. And this guy's a real talent, especially his freshman season, Brooke.
Of course, yeah, you take a look at it, the Ivy League Pitcher of the Year, perfect game freshman pitcher of the year as well. I mean, him and Alex Soteropoulos having really breakout freshman performances and really boosting their teams really far in those postseasons. Of course, he really uses that fastball, the 92 to 96 range in the upper 90s. Of course, Saw a lot of that yesterday at Harwich, kind of utilizing those higher speed balls. And he was also got the slider, the changeup, and the curveball. And spent a lot of time, of course, 13 appearances, 11 starts just this past season, really upgrading. But it's pretty similar numbers, 12 appearances, 11 starts in 2025. He's been a key player in that pitching staff out at Yale and really impactful in the Ivy League.
His freshman season, 73 and 2/3 innings pitched, 1.34 ERA, 8-1 record. That was good for the most in college baseball. First pitch to Coy, finds the zone. His dad, Will Oman, pitched 10 years in the bigs. He had a career 4.28 ERA, and it's been a big point of emphasis for Oman. Second pitch swinging for Coy. Moving over is the shortstop, Neville. One up, one down.
Probably going to see a lot of instances like this where easy little pop-up that maybe has a little bit more distance and ground is going to be picked up by the wind. It's blowing. That American flag out towards center field is being whipped around in several different directions. The wind is changing at a moment's notice. Interesting to see how Cotuit bats will adjust.
Yeah, you saw the wind blowing that one as well. Neville stuck with it. Hogan Denny due up next. He crushed the A's the last time these two teams faced off. 2 doubles, 3 runs, 3 RBIs. One of the sole reasons the offense was jump-started at Veterans Field. Played in last night's contest as well. He was 0 for 2, but he had 1 ribby and 2 walks. Lineup for the Cats. Coy led off, popped out to the shortstop. Denny due up now. Tage Davis on deck. Jace Lee, Landon Beaver, Hunter Warren, Ryan Saransky gets to start tonight at DH, Dayton Murphy, and Isaac Sturgis to round things out. Oman with a fastball, slider, changeup, and curveball. His freshman season had points touching 99 to 100 miles per hour. 2-1. Clips the zone at 95 miles per hour.
Hogan Denny's just one of those guys who really knows how to work that count. You take a look at the past 3 games that he's really appeared in, and really rarely do you ever see anything more than a 1-2 count, and he'll be walking or sending that ball into play.
Disciplined take on the outside corner. The slider to the righty Denny. It's been 3 straight lefties that the Kettleers have faced for the opposing starters. Finally tonight get a righty. Maybe a sigh of relief. Rolled up the middle. Neville will have a tough play. Denny hustling down the line. Not in time to first base. 2 up, 2 down. And both outs recorded by Cooper Neville. Well, Oman's production his freshman year slowed down his sophomore season. His dad was getting so many calls after his freshman year and becoming a semifinalist of the Golden Spikes Award, and he said he might have to get a new phone this year. 5.53 ERA, first pitch swinging, per usual from Tage Davis over the top of it. Davis went yard to right on Tuesday at Harwich, 2nd homer of the season, most in college baseball this year. 0-1 to the dangerous lefty. Hung a breaking ball, but it's popped up in fair territory. Reynolds will have to deal with a tough play with the wind, and he squeezes it. 1, 2, 3, go the Kets. No hits, no runs, no errors, no one left on base. 1-0 the score. A's command their lead and move to the top of the 2nd inning with the bats on Cape League TV.
A Generac generator from Mercier delivers more than reliable backup power. It delivers peace of mind. Peace of mind that comes from knowing our expert technicians, knowledgeable staff, and emergency service team are here when you need us most. As one of New England's leading Generac generator dealers, RCA provides a 10-year warranty and regular maintenance services to ensure your home stays protected. RCA, powering your peace of mind.
Try it, then buy it. Rent a new cat for up to 90 days. Then apply 100% of the rental cost to the purchase and save. The Milton Cat Rent to Purchase offer. Try it, then buy it. Go to miltoncat.com/RPO.
Cape Cod 5 is proud to be the official banking partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Cape Cod 5 offers a broad range of financial products and services tailored for every stage in your financial journey. Reach out to us. We're here to help.
If you're a Massachusetts resident and don't have a bachelor's, you could be attending 4Cs for free, all while preparing for careers that actually move you forward. Aviation maintenance, nursing, dental, funeral service, we've got it all. capecod.edu/free.
Coach Cooper, in his first year as a Cotuit manager, off to a solid start. 2-1-1 on the early season for the Kettleers. 1-0 the score back here at Lowell Park. Brooke, you talked to him this morning, and it's the same story, just resilience, finding his guys to get going in the Cape League, and he recognizes the fact that slumps happen, mid-season errors happen, and just working through that all as the frontier to this entire squad.
You could really tell that he really buys into that idea that the summer grind is the closest you're going to get to that kind of professional level experience. And a lot of these players coming straight out of seasons, and sometimes that slump just comes because guys need that time to mesh together. But they've really bought into that. Give me 100% of your best 50% most days if you can. A lot of the guys consistent in the lineup because they've shown out and been super resilient. JJ Moran was one of those guys. He mentioned a couple of errors here and there, but stepping up to bat like nothing had ever happened each time.
That's been the mindset. First pitch to Corbin Reynolds, the backstop out of Vanderbilt University. Had a productive year. Started 49 games behind the dish. Threw out the most runners in college baseball at the plate. Struggled a bit in his freshman year. .234 batting average, 28 RBIs. And hitless in the early Cape League season. Going fishing on a breaking ball in the dirt there, 1-1 count. Well, the top of the first was eventful for the A's. A walk from Rhett Johnson, a double from Connor Schaus, and Bino Waters did his part, sacrifice fly to left field. Seems like the script today will be to get that ball lifted in the air. Good things will happen. It's something that the Kettleers have done very well their past couple of games. Only 2 homers on the early year, both belonging to the guy at first base, Tage Davis, but hit some balls hard in the gap. Couple sacrifice flies. 2-1 work back from Hunter. Hit foul just over the A's section.
We'll have to take a look to see if this fastball approach that Hunter's been sticking to throughout this game, averaging between 91 and mid-lower 90s throughout the day, is going to change because of the wind speeds. Your curveball might be a little bit more affected today with 20-mile-an-hour gusts.
It's a good point. You get that ball going up in the air and kind of moves over the plate. Could be to the aid of the pitching staff sometimes. If you get that ball going in the wind stream sometimes, could move away from hitters. The fastball might have some run to it. It also could float, though, right into the zone. Full count pitch. Reynolds tied up on a breaking ball on the inside half. Third strikeout for Tristan Hunter in just 4 outs.
Curious to see if that was kind of the issue starting off this game. Of course, we saw the walk by Rhett Johnson after working the full count. Then Jacob Parker would be that first strikeout. We've seen Hogan Denny moving left to right with kind of the wind maneuvering these fastball pitches. You have to think that at least that first one that floated all the way to the left was probably an attempt at the curveball speed, but right now Tristan Hunter is proving excellent with his fastball command.
Cooper Neville up next. Out of Dallas Baptist. His starting pitching role was new for Tristan Hunter. He was mostly a middle reliever this season for Kentucky. Longest appearance was 3 innings pitched, but recently transferred to Missouri State, a hometown guy from Forsyth, Missouri. And talked 2 days ago, and he said that he's most likely transitioning to that starter route next year for Missouri State. Coach Cooper throws him in his first start as a Ket. Neville, big cut, big miss. Reynolds led off, Neville at the dish, Frazier on deck. Missing high and out is Hunter. 3-1.
Hunter had some excellent competition this year at Kentucky as a Wildcat. 5 of the teams they played in the regular season were in the College World Series. One hopper to Davis, snares it, and takes it himself to first base.
Tate Davis has incredible command of his positioning out towards that right infield. Of course, we've seen it several times, the splits, throwing himself out wide. There's nothing he can't do, at least from what we've seen so far, yet to see a ball really get past him that he hasn't been hustling for, and then to get back up and chase all the way back to first. He's an athlete all around on top of being one of the better home run hitters this season.
Well, the Cats had 1 error on Tuesday. It was 4 the game before that in the tie to Bourne. 6 total on the season. That was a big story the last time these two teams faced off as well. Chatham committed 4 errors in that game. Really capitalizing on it was the Cats offense. Again, not super high on the CCBL in batting average, but making things work with walks and failing to strike out. Second to last in the CCBL in strikeouts, first in base on balls. Anglers faced the YD Red Sox last night, 4-1 loss. But Cervantes, the starter, was impeccable. 5 innings pitched, no hits, no runs, 2 walks. Big-time arm out of UCLA. Passes things off to another big-time arm. Hunter's got a 2-1 count with 2 down. Top of the second inning, looking to go scoreless in his first frame. The pitch. Big hack from Frazier.
So far in these first 2 innings that we've seen Hunter really get going, he's been about 50-50 on that first ball, either being a ball or being a strike. His command has been a little interesting, but of course the adjustment to the wind, like we were talking about a little bit earlier, that changeup definitely rolling by Hogan Denny on that one. I think the wind got a little to it.
2-2 that time. Frazier able to get a piece of it, but hitting it foul. Sturgis is way deep in center field. Beaver playing pretty standard in right, and Lee the same. Winds whipping around the jerseys of the Pinstripes. The 2-2 do-over. Breaking pitch in the dirt. Frazier didn't bite. Full count. This is a situation where Hunter already with 1 walk today. Definitely wouldn't want to give up a 2-out free pass to the 8-hitter in the A's lineup. Can the starter work out of it? Full count delivery. Crushed to right field, into the jet stream. That ball ain't coming back. Deep fly for Gabe Frazier. A fastball center cut. Frazier turned on it, hit it up into the jet stream in right field, and this ball game's 2-0 now.
The wind just blowing in perfect direction for that right field side. Of course, like you just mentioned, the jet stream proving absolutely detrimental. Beaver has already had to turn around and chase balls that have practically almost bounced off the fence just before in today's game. That one sailing absolute deep. A great connection by Gabe Frazier, who'd been absolutely patient in that count, working it all the way up till full, waiting till he saw that fastball down the middle that he liked.
You ask about the A's home runs, they answer. Here's one for you. They had 0 coming into this game, the only team on the CCBL to not have a long ball, and they answer in the top of the second. Frazier touches them all. Down to the 9-spot Lichtenberger. Lefty bat out of Clemson. That one lined right at the glove of Murphy. Perfect positioning for the shortstop, but not before. A loud homer off the bat of Gabe Frazier. 2-0 the score. Cats looking to answer. All that and more coming up on Cape League TV. The Kettleers welcome ZoomInfo.com as a premium sponsor for the 2026 season. Smart businesses use ZoomInfo. It leverages data to unlock useful insights, and it allows you to know who to reach out to and how to reach them so you can grow your business. Unlock insights, engage customers, and win faster with ZoomInfo.
Proudly serving Cape Cod, Plymouth, and the South Shore since 1927, Paul J. Cazalt & Sons are here to solve your roofing, siding, and gutter needs. They also offer window replacement, rotten trim repair, deck resurfacing, and many other exterior improvements. Get in touch with the experts at Cazalt Roofing and Siding by calling 508-428-1177 or head to their website at cazalt.com, spelled CAZEAULT.com.
Hey Cats fans, this is outfielder Isaac Sturgis. You're listening to the Kettleers Baseball on Cape Cod League TV.
Entering today's game, Chatham was last in the CCBL in batting average, no homers on the year. This time they get one across and touch them all off Gabe Frazier as a long ball back in the top of the second inning. 2-0 the score. As let's take another look at that Frazier long ball. Just got all of a fastball on the inside corner, Brooke.
Yeah, this one was absolutely a reward of patience. You'll take a look at this swing. Waits for the fastball down the slot and connects just at the right moment. Of course, we got the metrics on this one, 97 miles an hour. That traveled 370 feet on top of the bullpen, so that it had to really go deep. We had 320 on the right side and then 397 down the middle. Frazier just said goodbye to that one, and it was all deal for him.
A's with one in either frame to start the game. Ket's in the home half of the second looking to respond. Jace Lee due up first. Takes the first pitch upstairs. Lee's such an intriguing prospect. Sophomore year at Notre Dame. Started and played in all 53 games. 327 batting average, 13 homers for him. And he's speedy as well. Two-0 count. Omen went 1-2-3 in the first. The delivery in the dirt, 3-0. Well, Jace Lee says that his biggest key at the plate is working himself into hitters' counts and not chasing early. He's got exactly what he wants right now in a 3-0 count. The pitch, right down Broadway. Get me over fastball at 93 miles per hour for Omen.
Yeah, Lee really stepping into this position as the leadoff hitter for the second inning. We saw it with Notre Dame just this past year, 46 RBI. He's really the contributor with bigger hits.
Big swing from Lee, gets it up into the wind. Anything is possible today, but it looks like Waters has a beat on it. Last second moves back and gets it.
Yeah, the wind is really affecting both sides of the ball out here today. It's actually stagnant for the first time from what I've seen. Really having to go, and Waters really just having to turn his glove at the last second. And we saw that with Beaver back towards the fence on that first ball that he attempted to pick up that bounced off the ground. A lot of guys just having to make switch movements at the last second. It's going to come out to be who has the better feet in this instance.
Yeah, I think the test for today is to keep those feet moving, as you said, Brooke, and stick with those fly balls. First pitch swinging for Beaver off the inside of the bat. Easy play for Omen. Flips it over to first. 5 up, 5 down for the starter out of Yale.
Of course, Omen has yet to record a strikeout in today's game so far. Bit of an easier start. His infield really working hard to put away batters, but it's a testament to say that each person who stepped up to the plate so far for the Kettleers is trying to make contact. Just the Kets have really struggled with keeping it out of play.
Hunter Warren, the last chance in the home half of the second for the Kets. Omen again, after his freshman season, was recruited by almost every school in the country. Decided to stay at Yale. He said it was, quote, a thing of loyalty. The staff took a chance on him when he was younger. Didn't have the potential he does now. Sticks with the Bulldogs. Second pitch swinging for Warren. Rolls it to the second baseman. Flipping it with the glove is Lichtenberger. What a play for out number 3. Made that look a little harder than it looked initially off the bat. Still getting the third out as Lichtenberger moved to his left, flipped to Hoveter at first, and it's been 6 up, 6 down for the Kettleers hitters. No runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left on base. The Golden Spikes Award semifinalist had such a good season. 2-0 the score, Chatham on top of things. And again, Brooke, that's one of those things in the new modern day, the transfer portal creating a big opportunity for players. As Tristan Hunter, a product of the portal himself. Speaking of that transfer portal, with the third member of our crew, Carson Mercier, has more on some catch transfers.
Hey, thanks, guys. Yeah, this time of year for college baseball, it's pretty crazy. With the College World Series winding down, the NCAA transfer portal is heating up. The portal opens on June 1st, so it's been open for a little while, and ends on June 30th. June 30th is a key date for the transfer portal. It gives guys opportunities to explore opportunities at different schools or even stay at their current schools. Players must enter the portal by the 30th to be eligible to transfer, although they can commit to a new school after that date if their name was entered before the deadline. What does this all mean for Cotuit? Well, since the end of the spring season, 10 Kettleers have entered the transfer portal, with 6 already finding new homes. Most recently, Jesse DiMaggio announced earlier this week that he will be making the move from Westmont College to Dallas Baptist, where he's expected to step in behind the plate as their catcher. That leaves 4 Kettleers still searching for their next destination, including Seojun Oh, who recently announced on Tuesday that he'll be entering the transfer portal for the second time in his career. After spending 2 seasons at New Mexico Military Academy, Oh transferred to High Point for the 2026 season and immediately made an impact, earning Big South Player of the Year honors after launching 17 homers his first year as a Panther. A big summer could be big for Oh and other Cats still in the portal. Guys, back to you.
Well, thank you so much, Carson. Definitely insightful. Big time of the year for transfers. Hunter is a product of one of those on the hill for his 3rd inning. First pitch swinging, big Sunday hop to the second baseman. Coy finds it over to first. 1 pitch, 1 out. What don't you like about that for Tristan Hunter?
Nice way to start the inning after seeing several situations where, yes, we had the strikeout and then the pop up to the third base side, or excuse me, the first base side to kick off the second one. But this is great for Hunter to start getting into that rhythm. We're in the 3rd inning. The Anglers are leading 2-0, a situation you're not really familiar with here. He has to stay consistent and keep his fastball going, especially as the wind starts picking up once again.
2-0 the score. Second pitch of the inning. Another swing, another pop-up. This one might be tough for the outfield. Lee moving into his left, finds it.
It's nice to see Jace Lee really vocalizing and establishing his position out there in the outfield. Of course, one of those errors coming off just a couple days ago, a lot of miscommunication between the third base, shortstop, and left field side. So Jace really establishing his position. I like to see the play calling out there a little bit more.
Well, that's part of it, right? 3 outfielders and infielders converging. Someone's got to be vocal and take it. Usually the outfield has a say in that, and Lee called everyone off, thought the wind made the catch. 2 pitches, 2 outs for Tristan Hunter. First pitch taking all the way, a smart decision from Connor Schaus. Can't be swinging at 3 pitches in a row for the hitters, especially after the first 2 recorded as outs. 0-1 quickly, 2 down in the top of the 3rd inning. Off the plate for Hunter. Well, back to the point of the transfers, Brooke. 10 total on the Kettleers roster currently. 6 have found a new home, 4 are still searching, and this is really the place to do it. 1-1, Jason in the dirt is Schaus.
Well, and there's also the flip side of it, too. Some guys deciding to stay at their former schools. Tony Lira with Warren, that's a great example of that. You know, you read about a little bit about his story and how he was in debate about transferring from U of A, but the number of his own jersey appeared at as his order number one day, and he just decided that was a sign from the universe to get to step in.
1-2 pitch, really quick inning for Tristan Hunter. Finds his 4th punch out of the day. No hits, no runs, no one left on base. 2 pitches to start the inning, 2 outs, a punch out. Hunter finding his stride as we head to the bottom of the 3rd inning here on Cape League TV.
If you can dream it, if you can cruise in it, if you can summer in it, fish from it, or take it for a day at the beach, we can protect it. The Baldwin Group.
Yes, I hear you, Carson.
Protecting the possible.
Great, dude. Really good job.
Cape Cod 5 is proud to be the official banking partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Cape Cod 5 offers a broad range of financial products and services tailored for every stage in your financial journey. Reach out to us. We're here to help.
Reader's Hardwood Supply is a candy store for wood, whether you're a professional or an amateur. Reader's Hardwood Supply carries over 70 species of both domestic and imported lumber from around the world, displayed in over 300 self-serve bins for your selection. So for your next project, make it your masterpiece with stock from Reader's Hardwood Supply. The woods of the world are here at Reader's Hardwood Supply.
If you're a Massachusetts resident and don't have a bachelor's, you could be attending 4Cs for free, all while preparing for careers that actually move you forward. Aviation maintenance, nursing, dental, funeral service, we've got it all. capecod.edu/free.
Try it, then buy it. Rent a new cat for up to 90 days. Then apply 100% of the rental cost to the purchase and save. The Milton Cat Rent to Purchase offer. Try it, then buy it. Go to miltoncat.com/RPO.
Back in the beautiful village of Cotuit, 2-0 the score, Chatham on top. Kettleers could use some offense in the bottom of the third inning. And Jack Oman on the mound. He's been excellent so far. 2 innings pitched. No hits, no runs. No one's even reached on base in 18 pitches.
Interested to see what Jack Oman might throw at Ryan Turansky, the left-handed batter out of Cincinnati. We might see kind of the first changeup of Oman's inning and play today. Of course, he's really predominant with that against left-handed batters, and Turansky stepping up to the plate right now may prove to be a formidable force. The Cincinnati year, 313, started 43 games out of 52, had the 47 runs, 52 hits. Where he shined was the doubling for the Bearcats.
The NCAA leader in ERA his freshman season takes back out to the rubber. Jack Oman will face Ryan Turansky, Dayton Murphy, and Isaac Sturgis. First pitch taking for Turansky, and a good decision. Turansky had a great year at Cincinnati, like you mentioned, Brooke, but been struggling early on in the Cape, still hitless, trying to find his first H as a Kettleer. Does have 2 walks, been productive in the outfield, made a great catch, actually at Veterans Field the last time the A's played the Kets, diving down the left field line, can play all over the outfield, really a jack of all trades defensively. The bat still looking to heat up. 2-1 count.
And of course, something that Kets fans love to hear about, he got to play alongside Jack Natilli. Really led the league in home runs last year, had a grand slam right where he was standing just a year ago practically at this rate. So who better to learn from and mentor from?
2 balls, 1 strike, and it looked like by that swing, Turansky was definitely trying to get his first hit and maybe put one out of here. Just a little tardy on the fastball. 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out, bottom of the third inning. Kets looking for their first base runner. Turansky chops at it, fouls it off. Looks like the sun might be trying to peek through and left, Brooke.
Yeah, you got a better view of it than me. I've got this slight wall here taking away the left field side, but my eyes are definitely adjusting to something other than gray.
Looks like an arm is up in the bullpen for the Kets. Josh Halisak. Hunter threw 3 pretty solid innings, just made 1 mistake on the homer. Double was arguably a catchable baseball, but got into the wind stream. Tough play for Landon Beaver and right. These 2 teams facing each other 4 times last year. Cotuit was 1-2-1 versus Chatham. Full count pitch off the end of the bat. Charging back in after going out is Johnson, circling the baseball, finding it for the first out.
Another one of those situations where the wind is just really impactful so far in today's game, lifting these balls that, you know, you got a guy who hit 7 home runs for Cincinnati. He knows his way around the ballpark and can really lift anything thrown at him, just struggling because this wind is just absolutely violent in every single direction. Practically almost every batter we've seen through this order has come to terms with it so far.
Flag blown out towards center now, but it's been all over the place. First pitch swinging off the hands, fighting it off is Murphy in foul territory. Good play by Haviter.
Really stuck it with that one. Of course, he almost went into the fence down the far right side. Fans probably telling him not to catch it if they're Cotuit faithful, of course, but really having to look over his shoulder and track that ball the entire time downstream. So impressive play for him on that end.
That's a really tough play for a first baseman. Drop your hips, go over the shoulder, find the baseball, stick with it through the wind. Second out, and Omen remains perfect through the first 9 hitters. First pitch swinging again from Sturgis and fouling it back into the catcher mask of Corbin Reynolds. The other interesting thing about Omen is he was originally recruited as a shortstop. Head coach Chris Wojcik said he was so bad as a pitcher in his freshman year fall at Yale that he considered just keeping him at shortstop.
Which is something kind of out of a movie in that sense, how you can kind of flip it around and then go to throw, 96-mile-an-hour fastballs, topping off the speed. Products out of Arizona, they tend to be different breeds, to say the least.
You would know firsthand. That one's tapped out to right by Sturgis, but it'll stay in the ballpark. Parker finds it for the third out. 9 up, 9 down. How about Omen? He's been perfect through 3 innings. Top of the 4th. Coming up next on Cape League TV. The Kettleers welcome ZoomInfo.com as a premium sponsor for the 2026 season. Smart businesses use ZoomInfo. It leverages data to unlock useful insights, and it allows you to know who to reach out to and how to reach them so you can grow your business. Unlock insights, engage customers, and win faster with ZoomInfo.
Proudly serving Cape Cod, Plymouth, and the South Shore since 1927, Paul J. Cazalt & Sons are here to solve your roofing, siding, and gutter needs. They also offer window replacement, rotten trim repair, deck resurfacing, and many other exterior improvements. Get in touch with the experts at Cazalt Roofing and Siding by calling 508-428-1177 or head to their website at cazalt.com, spelled CAZEAULT.com.
Hey Cats fans, this is outfielder Isaac Sturgis. You're listening to the Kettleers Baseball on Cape Cod League TV.
Chatham 2, Kettleers nothing. Pitching staff has been solid as Tristan Hunter, the starter, went 3 innings pitched, 2 hits, 2 runs, and 4 strikeouts, but Coach Rob Cooper and Coach Curtin will turn to the bullpen. Josh Hawasak, the righty out of Mount St. Mary's University, 6'1", 220 pounds, out of Hazel Township, Pennsylvania, Brooke.
Yeah, one of the rare juniors you'll see on this roster, is it's a very young bullpen out there as well. Came out of a Mount St. Mary's year with a 5.93 ERA, getting the 2-start ability, so knows his way around the relief. Against Wareham, though, had 3 innings pitched, only giving up 1 hit and striking out 4 in that 5-0 win overall. He's been really consistent for Cotuit, and we'll see a lot of things ranging from the fastball, the slider, and the changeup, though we'll have to see how he does with the wind. Of course, he's protected a little bit more on the tree side, but the trees waving over the top of the bullpen are a little frightening, to say the least, with how much their leaves are moving up and down. So, of course, the wind is going to change from place to place out here at Lowell Park, so we'll have to see what Hawasak can do with that.
Hunter only threw 52 pitches, but removed from the game, not for bad reason. Pretty solid start, all things considered. Gave up the one big mistake to Gabe Frazier back in the 2nd inning, and then Connor Schaus hit a double. 4-5-6 due up in the A's lineup. Waters, Haviter, Reynolds for the new relief pitcher, Josh Hawasak. First pitch to Waters, finds the zone. Waters, another one of those reinforcements for the A's. They were waiting on 2 pretty big guys, Jacob Parker and Waters. Waters worked his way, transferred from LSU to Notre Dame this season, so teammates with 2 guys currently in the field. Noah Coy at second base, Jace Lee in left field. 362 average this year, 10 homers, 51 RBIs. Still looking for his first hit on the Cape. Only played one game yesterday. Almost got it right there, but fouled it back.
Yeah, 10 home runs is not a number to just glance over the top of. Also had 51 RBI, too. Out of 53 games, you know, he's got a little bit of a struggle on the walk ratio compared to the 37 strikeouts that he's seen so far, but he's been impressive with a .610 slug overall.
Well, Sean Stifler, head coach for Notre Dame baseball, has been in attendance the past couple of days, and for good reason. His guys have been filling up the Cape this year. 3 guys on the field currently repping the Fighting Irish. Fastball pulled inside at 92 miles per hour. Brushes Waters off the plate. Full count. ACC all-freshman team selection was Waters in his freshman year, and for good reason, right back up the middle. Finds his way with the base hit to lead off the top of the 4th. First batter faced from Josh Halisak, a hit given up.
We've seen this a couple of times today. Chatham, much improved from the last time these two teams faced off just a couple of days ago. They were being really patient in the box. A lot of full counts, really working the pitch. And that one just right down the middle between first and second base. And it looked like Noah Coy could have turned that one, but he let it roll right past his legs. It's a lot of rewards for being patient at the end of the day for the Chatham Anglers.
Would have been a tough play up the middle for Coy. Missing low again is Halisak to the community college prospect, Harlan Hoveter. Had 2 hits the last time Cotuit saw Chatham. Long pause from Halisak, quick delivery to the plate, and as a result, might have short-armed it a little bit. Almost double-digit stolen bases on Tuesday for Harwich. Chatham can run well. Waters had 5 stolen bases at Notre Dame this year, and right on cue, Halisak works his way back to first. Duo pitch, crushed down the right field line. That'll stay fair for a double at least. On his high horse to third is Waters, being waved around to the plate. Throw comes into second base. Pump faking is Murphy. Another run tallied on the board for the A's. 3-0 ball game.
The wind. I know we keep harping on it on practically every single play, but you had to take a look at the outfield. Landon Beaver was pulled a lot more left than he probably should have been, and the flag blowing the absolute opposite direction, leading up Hoveter to send that one just down the right base side. And it was a phenomenal placement. Beaver really had to pick up and hustle about 30 feet to his right, or to his left, excuse me, on that side of the field. He just couldn't get there in time, and it was a great placement on that play. Of course, only 2 balls in for that.
Well, you're right. Definitely changing the positioning in right field, but that one would have been down in about any ballpark. A good piece of hitting from Hoveter. 3-0 the score. Chatham on top. They didn't lead at all at Veterans Field when Cotuit traveled to Chatham. They've held a 3-0 lead up into the top of the 4th inning today. Halisak bouncing his head back to second base and missing high and in. Josh pitched in the early season too. Preseason scrimmage at Martha's Vineyard. Did pretty well. 2 innings pitched, scoreless. 1 ball, 1 strike. Coy decoying to second base, trying to hold on Hoveter. He stays put, but the pitch misses.
Hogan Denny going out to talk to his pitcher. The breaking ball on that one just fading all the way to the right, down in the right corner. Practically home plate on that one. Denny has really had to face a variety of pitches in terms of both their speed, but also their trajectory and movement. It hasn't just been the success that Oman has found and just chucking it down straight towards the middle. Cotuit really having to battle against both the wind, but also a change in approach from all these batters that they're facing.
Well, I think the key for Halisack, been behind at least 2-1 in the past 3 hitters. 3-1 count to Waters, he singled. 2-1 to Hobbiter, he doubled. Now a 2-1 pitch. Will miss low and in again. Another favorable count for an A's hitter in the top of the 4th. Corbin Reynolds doesn't have a hit on the Cape yet in 3 starts. Hitter's count pitch. Misses completely. Halisack with not an ideal start to his outing today. 2 hits back-to-back, a walk, and now it looks like Coach Curtin will come out and talk to his guy.
Now let's just take a second to review what you have in your arsenal, and if you need to change it up, Chatham is clearly adjusted to anything other than the fastball, and what they have attempted on the breaking ball so far have been way outside the zone of Hogan Denny to bring back in and try and attempt to make a strike. You'll have to see what they have to do here. Of course, Chatham's struggling in the doubles end, so to see that one coming out of play from Hoveder is rare. They sit currently 8th overall with 3 of those extra base hits, but they do have one of the very few triples in the league, and now they get to add that home run to their total. They're starting to pick up their offense, and like you said earlier in the game, Liam, this is a very low batting average league overall. The wood bat to metal bat ratio and change does throw off some guys, but you're also playing against the same amount of speed and the same type of baseball that you see in collegiate play. So we'll have to see Curtin really taking a step off the mound here, and Hogan Denny looking for a little bit of change coming from his pitchers.
Kevin Curtin, pitching coach for Cotuit, takes his time moving off the field. Halisack will be faced with a runners on first and second situation, and Cooper Neville, who grounded out his last time up, to take Davis at first. Due up. Wind whipping. Halisack works towards home. Flashing bunt is Neville. Down the third baseline, chases Denny. Tough play, not in time. Perfect location. The ball just died at the cut of the grass on the infield. Denny popped out of the squat, did everything he could, fired to first base. Bases will be juice for the A's.
Hogan Denny is one of those guys that I would trust heavily to make those bunt type of defenses. We saw it in practice one day, just how consistent and how quickly he can adapt to any sort of movement on that. But of course, sometimes it's just the speed that beats you in those instances. And Denny, like you said, doing everything he could, but now we're in our first bases loaded situation.
Speed, yes, also the placement, a perfect spot to do it in. Third baseman Hunter Warren can't come crashing in, otherwise no one would cover the bag. Here's a guy who hit a ball a long way his last time up, 370 feet to be exact. Gabe Frazier went yard. First home run for the A's this season, and now another big opportunity for 25 with the bases juiced. Halisack with a filthy breaking ball, somehow getting a piece of it is Frazier and hitting it out of play. This is the first time that Josh Halisack has been ahead in the count today. First inning of relief appearance, hasn't recorded an out. Runners on every square base. 0-2 pitch. Just outside, good pitch. Trying to get Frazier to extend the zone. Frazier laying off of it. The inning started with a Waters single. Hobbiter doubled down the third right field line. Excuse me, he'll find himself on third base. Reynolds at second. Neville at first, and Frazier at the plate. 1-2 pitch. Line into right field. It'll fall for another hit for Frazier. 1 run coming in to score. Barreling around third base is the catcher Reynolds. Back into second comes the throw. He's safe. Safe all around for the A's. They're putting on an offensive clinic today. Another hit for Gabe Frazier. Moves over to second base on the throw to third. Runners on second and third. Score 5-0.
What a change of pace from what we saw last Sunday. Even the Kettleers bats were hot. Hogan Denny couldn't be silenced, and here you go. Gabe Frazier's the new Hogan Denny of this rivalry matchup so far, and saw Landon Beaver trying to make the pass all the way over to third. Hunter Warren deciding to make the try to make the quick play, and it came in close. between him and Dayton Murphy, but it just couldn't be put away in time. Gabe Frazier making it all the way to second.
That was, of course, on the throw from Beaver. An aggressive route, trying to cut down the runner at third base, and Neville. It was an accurate throw, but Neville just had a good jump and good base running by Frazier, following it up. Moving over to second base. Good work pass pitch from Halisak. Finds a strike. Second pitch to the AB to Lichenberger. Tapped foul. Chatham had 7 hits the first time these two teams faced. They've got 6 today already. Sky darkening at Lowell Park. As Halisak trying to dig deep into his bag and find his way out of the inning. That won't help. A hit by pitch. Back to bases loaded again. Nobody up and throwing in the Kets bullpen, but some arms moving around in hoodies, stretching things out. And now back to the top of the lineup in Rhett Johnson. There's still not an out been recorded in this inning.
When we talk about Rhett Johnson's walk back in the first, at that point before that play, he led all the Anglers by 2 in terms of walking to that first side.
First pitch swinging, good scoop up by Warren. He'll have to go to first base. Runner comes in sliding safely. Neville will have one, trading out for a run. 6-0. On the bright side of things, Hunter Warren looking good. First start at third base. Made a good decision right there. Would have been tough to cut down the runner, Neville, at home plate. He was charging in at full speed. Take the out. That was the first of the top of the fourth. Runners remain on second and third. There's that nasty sweeper.
Talk about the bright spot. We need it with no sun currently out over the top of Lowell Park. But Hunter Warren, we've seen the transition a little bit between second baseman being thrown over to the 5 spot. And he's just been really, really prominent so far this game.
Right back up where it came. Another hit, this time for Jacob Parker, his first of the game. 2 runs come in to score, make it 8-0 Chatham.
So something we'll have to start keeping an eye on is, according to league rules, after 5 innings of play, if one team is leading by 10, they will mercy rule it. Be a sad way to see these things go, but the Cats are known for their comebacks. Kind of a little bit later in the game, we saw it against Harwich. Tig Davis really trying to help kickstart that moment. They did fall 11-8 for their first loss of the season. You really need to get back behind the dish.
Backdoor slider, that'll get things started. To Connor Schaus, the 9th hitter this inning for Chatham. They'll hit around. All started with Bino Waters on deck. Back to first goes Halisak. Parker picks up his 3rd hit of the year. 2nd and 3rd RBIs. The sophomore out of Texas Tech, Connor Schaus in the box. Went chasing on a high fastball. Pop up towards the second and first base area. Coy finds it and fields.
And here we are, back to the top of the order from the start of the 4th inning. Bino Waters. Of course, it feels like a lifetime ago, but he was able to have that single and then be driven in later on to help score the first run of this inning. He was someone to take a watch. Of course, we mentioned they were still waiting on him, heading out from Notre Dame, but he's been, LSU, he's been so successful. 362 overall on the season, and he was technically the top transfer in the nation coming out, but you know, you get your commitment to LSU, and then you get to come play Cape baseball and help put your team up 8-0.
8-0 the score, 7 hits for Chatham. There's a good work back pitch from Halisak, 0-2. Waters led off the inning and singled, scored a run. Since then, it's been 5 hits and 6 A's runs. 0-2 pitch. Just barely tapped off the catcher, Denny. Olasak allowed 1 hit his last outing. 3 innings pitched. Already 5 in the inning. 0-2 do-over. Misses outside. Dugout for the Kets, egging on Halasak to work out of this long inning in the top of the 4th. 0-2 pitch, got him. 8-0 the score. Chatham absolutely explodes offensively. 5 hits, 6 runs, 1 left on base. Kets need some offense as we head to the bottom of the 4th here at Lowell Park. Want to give your kids an experience they'll never forget? That's what our Kettleers clinics are all about. Kids ages 6 to 18 will have the opportunity to learn the fundamentals of baseball and the importance of sportsmanship from some of the top college baseball players in the country. Youth baseball clinics begin the week of June 22nd and end the week of July 20th, and sessions are held from 9 to 11:30 each day. The advanced baseball clinics run from July 27th to the 31st. Head to the Kettleers website for more information.
The Kettleers welcome ZoomInfo.com as a premier sponsor for the 2026 season. Smart businesses use ZoomInfo. It leverages data to unlock useful insights, and it allows you to know who to reach out to and how to reach them so you can grow your business. Unlock insights, engage customers, and win faster with ZoomInfo.
All Anglers at Lowell Park, 8-0 the score. Chatham has been unstoppable. One of the big reasons, that guy right there, Jack Oman, has a perfect game going through 3 innings pitched. No Kettleer has reached base. It's been 9 up, 9 down, back to the top of the lineup in Noah Coy and searching for some offense for the Kets.
Yeah, the last time we saw even a hint at potentially walking a Kettleer was back in the 1st inning. Hogan Denny, the 2nd hole, had the full count before sending it on and over to the shortstop and Neville and being put out at first base.
There's possibly a start to a favorable count. Coy takes the first pitch. Entering this one, Coy was .333 on the season, 2 hits and 3 runs. Popped out to the shortstop, Neville, his last time up. There's a good swing put on one by Coy, but it's right at Jacob Parker in right field.
You talk about it too, you mentioned very rarely has Oman been down in the count, and when he has, a Kettleer has either popped up or grounded into some infield play of some sorts. He's been really backed up by his infield and outfield, and they're not struggling with the wind from what we've seen earlier. I mean, Hoveder chasing that ball down the first base side all the way up to the fence just a couple innings ago.
Hogan Denny crushed the Anglers. First pitch swinging to the shortstop, receiving, firing onto first base. 2 up, 2 down.
And of course, that was the first pitch swing that we saw out of Hogan Denny. Curious to see if the batting approach is going to change here, and they might take more of a Tage Davis end where the wind might be in your favor here and there, but you're trying to get out of these tight pitch counts as quick as you can. But in that instance, it's the same exact play as what he saw in the first for Hogan Denny.
Could be as simple as seeing some pitches, too. Oman has thrown 33 pitches today. Davis won't take the advice, swings at the first. His past 7 at-bats, Tage Davis has swung at 6 first pitches.
And that's the first we've really seen him wait so far in today's game, too. But you have to think about it. You don't get that 34 home runs in a single season by just waiting for pitches to come at you, but sometimes you have to make the smart play in these moments and see what they're offering. We've seen very little of Omen's arsenal so far this game.
Sometimes the best is the first. It's true. Always would get frustrated back in the day when coach told me to take the first, get a heater right down the middle, one of the worst feelings in baseball.
I'll take your word for it.
Davis doesn't like to get cheated. He's got a 2-1 count, 2 down. Good swing put on it by Davis, right back to the screen behind home plate. The always dangerous Tage Davis. 34 long balls this season. First team All-American. Keds could use all of that right about now. Big spike into the dirt. Jeff Mercier caught the back end of that.
And we have a full count for the first time since the first inning with Hogan Denny. And of course, like you mentioned, very rarely is it a full count situation for Tage Davis in most of the appearances we've seen so far. Actually, his first from what I have listed here.
Payoff pitch to Tage. Got him chasing in the dirt. 4 perfect innings from Jack Omen. Guy's been incredible on the mound. Chatham remains on top, 8-0 the score. Top of the 5th coming up next on Cape League TV.
If you can dream it, if you can cruise in it, if you can summer in it, fish from it, or take it for a day at the beach, we can protect it. The Baldwin Group, protecting the possible.
Cape Cod 5 is proud to be the official banking partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Cape Cod 5 offers a broad range of financial products and services tailored for every stage in your financial journey. Reach out to us. We're here to help.
Reader's Hardwood Supply is a candy store for wood, whether you're a professional or an amateur. Reader's Hardwood Supply carries over 70 species of both domestic and imported lumber from around the world, displayed in over 300 self-serve bins for your selection. So for your next project, make it your masterpiece with stock from Reader's Hardwood Supply. The woods of the world are here at Reader's Hardwood Supply.
If you're a Massachusetts resident and don't have a bachelor's, you could be attending 4Cs for free, all while preparing for careers that actually move you forward. Aviation maintenance, nursing, dental, funeral service, we've got it all. capecod.edu/free.
Try it, then buy it. Rent a new cat for up to 90 days. Then apply 100% of the rental cost to the purchase and save. The Milton Cat Rent to Purchase offer. Try it, then buy it. Go to miltoncat.com/RPO.
All offense at Lowell Park for the Chatham Anglers, and the bats remain hot and in the hands of the Anglers. 4 perfect innings for Jack Omen on the hill. Josh Halisak hasn't been the same story. 1 inning pitched, 5 hits, 6 runs, 1 walk, and 1 strikeout. Worked around it. Obviously, the possibility of a mercy rule right now. Brooke, take us through that situation if possible.
If you take a look at Section I of Article, oh no, the Roman numerals are starting to get me here. That is not my education system I'm used to. But in terms of mercy ruling, some leagues don't have it. The Northwoods League is very sparing on what times they want to grant those situations. But if there's a 10-run discrepancy at the end of 5 complete innings, the game will be ruled final at this point. So the Kettleers, 3 more batters to try and keep that away. Of course, then we will play until they either call darkness or we go through the top of the 9th inning if they, of course, take the lead back at any point during that stretch.
Anglers would need 2 and to blank the Kets in the bottom half of the 5th. Halisak looking for the first 1-2-3 inning of the day of his outing. Hunter had one back in the 3rd. But it's been mostly all offense for the Anglers, and that's part of the reason why. Favorable counts for Chatham. Haviter, Reynolds, Neville. Big cut on a 3-1 count. How about that? Green light there for Haviter. Doubled his last time up, so maybe for good reason. Struck out facing Hunter. Tapped back off the protector of Denny. He's been working hard tonight. 5 p.m. first pitch. Game has moved pretty quick besides the last half for Chatham. Right here it's 6:14, almost 15 p.m. Halisack had 3-0. It's now 3-2 to Haviter, the first hitter of the top of the fifth. And swinging again, fouling it off is Haviter.
This is a situation where the Cats struggle in the pitching realm. They currently lead the league with most walks given up by a pitching staff, 26 overall so far. So it's kind of a situation where your strikeout to walk ratio is really going to come in play when you're looking at a pitcher on the mound for the Cats. One of the first times that we've seen them really struggle in terms of the walking, and that's really what helps set up. Of course, you had the Bino Walters single to first. That was a full count situation that he was in. The home run earlier from Frazier was also a full count situation. You've had a couple of strikeouts in that full count area so far today, but it's been kind of coming back to bite you overall.
Payoff pitch for the third time, once again fouled off. Good at bat by Haviter. Cats through the first 2 games had a 1.00 ERA. That was good for first in the CCBL. Now they're sitting in second to last place, 5.20. I think I can speak for Coach Curtin in saying that, like you're mentioning, Brooke, it's not the hits that do it. Sometimes pitchers get banged up. That's part of baseball. As Lee will have to play it on a hop, another single for Haviter. Every Chatham A has reached base today.
Of course, you're working on your scorecard, and I'm trying to remember why Bino Waters is on my 5th inning. It's because we ran out of room on our end. We went through the entire batting order on that one. But, I mean, you talk about Harlan Hoviter a lot, and he was so instrumental out back at community college, Meriden Community College, before transferring to Mississippi State. He grew up loving Mississippi State, but in the Northwoods League, and I'm not too sure about the Cal Ripken League on your end, you have a lot of community college guys stepping up at the JUCO level and then going on to commit to top schools because of their efforts over the summer. They're such key contributors, and a lot of guys getting the opportunity to play at schools like Tulane or New Mexico State, the opportunity to work with a lot of those guys who are then going off and making big commitments to Purdue and other schools like that. So can't knock the community college guys. They actually step up and play a lot more hard baseball than a lot of people would expect.
That's definitely been the experience in some other leagues around baseball. Not common that you see a community college player on the Cape, but Haviter has proved that he deserves to stay right here. 294 average, 5 hits, a double already in this game, a run, 2 RBIs on the season. The JUCO product leading off first. Reynolds in the box, throw down to second base, first stolen base attempt. Good throw right on the money, just barely late. Hogan Denny threw it up the line, right into the glove path of Noah Coy. Reached out, tag was applied right on the head, but it looked like the red cleats of Haviter snuck in.
Well, and you want to talk about the community college experience. He went 9 for 9 on stolen bases, and of course the issue a couple days ago against Harwich for the Cotuit Kettleers was the stolen base at the second base area, of course. They had 5 in just 1 inning against the Kettleers.
Sure, let's take a look. Halisack finds his second strikeout. Let's take a look at that. Close play at second again as Denny threw it up the line. Bang, bang, last second. See right here on the one hop from Denny down to second base. Just barely under that tag. Eight nothing score, 8 hits for Chatham, nothing for Cotuit. Breaking ball first pitch. Strike right down the center of the plate.
Of course, you've got 1 out so far in this stretch. You got Hoviter sitting at second base, phenomenal at the stolen base percentages. You need to just get 1 more guy on, and then hopefully Frazier, excuse me, can come on and be the hero, but they're going to check. Halisack stepping off the mound. Looked like he was going to try and attempt the throw to either second or third, but got caught up in the mix. Hoviter staying safe on second.
Haviter started things off with a single, stole second base. Reynolds went down on strikes. Lashed into the left center field gap. Lee chasing back, still going. It goes over his head. One hop off the wall. One run will come in to score into second base. Cruising in is Neville. Make it 9-0. Chatham's relentless.
It's not the outcome that you would have expected from a team. Of course, you saw them battle back against Harwich, but the Cotuit Kettleers have been so good about limiting chances for other teams. Like you said, one of the best ERAs allowed in the league just before today even, really struggling trying to get their consistency here. And Neville, of course, Arizona product. You have to talk about it there, of course, with me. But he was just so phenomenal for Dallas Baptist, and then getting experience in the Northwoods League to get himself to this point. Already had 2 RBI this summer.
Sneaks by Denny. Was that some hometown bias I just heard in there, Brooke?
Probably a little bit. I mean, how can you not talk about Arizona? Sunny state. Wouldn't be cloudy like this.
The Sunshine State.
Yes, it is.
If I'm not mistaken.
Oh, might be Florida.
That is Florida.
More known
right.
for our dry heat. We'll call it the dry heat state.
Okay.
Or the Scorpion state.
As you will. Regardless, really good day for Neville. Oh, that one is crushed to deep right field, into the oak trees out there. Second homer of the day for Gabe Frazier. Wow. 11-0 Chatham.
It's just a situation where you can kind of tell the ball is coming down the stretch, and it's a ball that Frazier really liked, practically doing the same exact thing. He's relentless on the right side of the field, and that brings it in. Of course, 11-0. 11-0 hanging out in this fifth inning area. And the Kettleers in their first real shutout experience so far, trying to figure out if something's working. Of course, we talk about the arm warming out in the bullpen right now. Have to see if Halifax night will come to an end here or if they'll let him finish out the inning.
Gabe Frazier today, 3 hits, 3 runs, 5 RBIs, 2 homers. Not too bad at the plate. Every A has reached base, 11-0 the score, 10 hits for Chatham. Lichtenberger might have been trying to go back-to-back. Big cut, big miss. Confirmation of the rule here. It will be 10 runs after 7 innings. It's the official college mercy rule, if you will, on paper. So if Chatham able to hold this lead, this one will wrap up early.
Of course, that home run, the first one we saw by Frazier, 370 feet traveled. This past one, 406 feet, 99 miles an hour off the bat.
Yeah, that one felt a little longer. Got into the air, out into the trees and right, no doubt about it. Frazier took a second to admire his shot. And how about that? Entering today, no home runs, 2 homers on the day by the same guy. Now the Cats and A's are tied up in home run count. Lichtenberger staying alive in a 2-2 count.
Well, of course, we hadn't really seen a home run here at Lowell Park either. The fans trying to figure out what that experience might be like after last year, where guys like Jack Natilli and other guys who would step up into the batting box, Rentaro Sasaki, one of those names too, to send it yard past the yellow center field fence. And first time this season, it's the same guy in a Chatham Angler uniform.
Lichtenberger down on strike. Second out recorded at the top of the 5th inning. Well, the dimensions at Lowell Park, pretty standard. 320 down the lines, 397 out to dead center. So gettable for all of these talented collegiate hitters as things flip back to the top of the lineup for the A's.
Yeah, sorry guys, that's just what I found on my end, so I just assumed.
Rhett Johnson. He's walked and grounded out twice.
That's what it was last year, so I was just going off of that. But yeah, nope, that's all good. Yeah, I got you.
Second team freshman All-American selection in Rhett Johnson. Hit .381 this year at NC State. Predominantly a contact guy.
Like, this is the first thing that comes up when you look up Cape Cod.
2
League
balls,
rules.
no strikes, 2 outs, top of the 5th. 11-0 the score, Chatham up. And Halisack can't find the zone for the 3rd straight time. Eli Buxton in the bullpen warming for Cotuit, if needed. Clean slate for Halisack following the homer, though, so kind of an opening, but no longer will that slate be clean. Johnson finds his way to first base. Four-pitch walk, that's kind of been the epitome of today, as Cooper will head out to the mound and remove Josh Halisack. Let's take a quick break as Eli Buxton enters and have you covered. 11-0 Chatham right here on Cape League TV when we come back.
Cape and Coast Bank has been supporting Cape Cod families since 1921. Just like the Kettleers, they believe in teamwork, commitment, and community. Whether you're planning your next big move or need smart business advice, Cape and Coast Bank is there to help. Find out more by visiting capeandcoastbank.com or at their nearby location off Falmouth Road in Marston's Mills.
Can we get a confirmation on this rule? Okay. I think that would be... Proudly serving Cape Cod, Plymouth, and the South Shore since 1927, Paul J. Cazault and Sons are here to solve your roofing, siding, or gutter needs. They also offer window replacement, rotten trim repair, deck resurfacing, and many other exterior improvements. Get in touch with the experts at Cazault Roofing and Siding by calling 508-428-1177 or head to their website at cazault.com. That's CAZEAULT.com.
Hey Cotuit fans, this is Dayton Murphy, shortstop from Purdue. This is your home for Kettleers baseball all summer long. Catch all the action from Lowell Park and on the road right here on the Cape League TV.
11-0 the score. Eli Buxton enters following a rough outing from Josh Halisack. The righty out of Arizona State University enters. 6'5", 210 pounds from Sand Springs, Oklahoma. He played in the Alaska League for the Anchorage Bucks last summer through 25 1/3, 2.49 ERA, 27 strikeouts, and this guy's got a lot of potential, Brooke.
Yeah, no, it'll be interesting to see how he can try and change the course of things here. He's got 19 appearances. He's really strong on the relief end. Of course, he has 1 win under his record this past season at Arizona State, but he's played alongside guys like Cole Carlone, who's expected to go pretty high in the draft this year. Also a Kettleer. He's kept his walks down to 14, at strikeout ratio 28 overall. So he's got a lot of opportunity here to change the face of this game. 11-0, though, was definitely a daunting score to come out of the bullpen to, but he'll have an opportunity here. Jacob Parker will be the first batter that he faces. He's got Rhett Johnson at first, so hopefully trying to minimize either the stolen base opportunity or the walks.
I think it would be almost unexpected in an 11-0 ball game for Rhett to take off from first base, but definitely something to monitor. Just 1 out needed in the top of the 5th for Buxton. First pitch hacking from Parker. Josh Halisack's final line, 1 2/3 innings pitched, 8 hits, 9 runs allowed, 1 walk and 3 strikeouts. Just one of those days, as Coach Cooper emphasizes, where you don't have your best stuff, get beat up a little bit. Had a great outing his first appearance, went 3 scoreless. This time, a different ball game. That was 95 by Buxton, missed outside. Again, Johnson walked, so hence why the runner on first base. That'll be accounted for by Halisack if it does come across. Breaking ball finds the corner.
Sitting here in another situation where we're just 1 batter away from completing the entire batting order once again in back-to-back innings. You know, you got 2 outs on the board. Eli Buxton put into a little bit of a jam here.
Buxton blows it by him. 4 pitches, strikeout for Buxton, works out of the jam. 11-0 Chatham, another offensive explosion in the top of the 5th. Ket's being no hit, can they change it? We'll see, coming up next on Cape League TV.
The Generac generator from Mercier delivers more than reliable backup power. It delivers peace of mind. Peace of mind that comes from knowing our expert technicians, knowledgeable staff, and emergency service team are here when you need us most. As one of New England's leading Generac generator dealers, RCA provides a 10-year warranty and regular maintenance services to ensure your home stays protected. RCA, powering your peace of mind.
Try it, then buy it. Rent a new cat for up to 90 days. Then apply 100% of the rental cost to the purchase and save. The Milton Cat Rent to Purchase offer. Try it, then buy it. Go to miltoncat.com/RPO.
Cape Cod 5 is proud to be the official banking partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Cape Cod 5 offers a broad range of financial products and services tailored for every stage in your financial journey. Reach out to us. We're here to help.
If you're a Massachusetts resident and don't have a bachelor's, you could be attending 4Cs for free, all while preparing for careers that actually move you forward. Aviation maintenance, nursing, dental, funeral service, we've got it all. capecod.edu/free.
It's definitely a change of pace here from the last time we saw these two teams duel each other. Sunday, the Cotuit Kettleers taking an 8-2 victory in hard-fought fashion. And now the Cats sitting with an 11-0 deficit on home turf here on this Thursday evening. 6:30 is your time, about an hour and a half since first pitch. And you've been checking the scorebook a little bit. You would have seen Chatham getting on the board first, 1 run in the first 2 innings apiece. And then 6 runs in that fourth. We had to circle through the batting order a couple of times here to get to the point where we are today. Stepping up to the plate for another consecutive time, trying to change the course of this game, is Jace Lee. He's made several plays in the outfield, trying to battle against the wind, which has definitely died down in today's game. And across from him, up on the mound, not too far away, Jack Oman, who has been phenomenal in today's outing. 4 innings pitched. He has 1 strikeout to his name, but no walks, no hits, and no runs. Sends this one for the first strike of Lee's outing in this inning so far. Kettleers with their first real blowout of the season, 5 games in. We've seen a lot of change between the third game up until this point. There's been a lot of differences just in terms of offensive prowess. Of course, you saw Hogan Denny against the A's just a couple days ago was a force to be reckoned with, and the reins have been transferred over to Gabe Frazier, who's hit 2 home runs in today's outing. Big swing from Lee as he is retired. There's been several back-to-back 1-2-3 innings for Oman so far in today's game, and actually 4 consecutive up until this point. Landon Beaver looks to change the pace of the game here.
Yeah, it's 11 up, 11 down. The quality at bats, got to credit Oman. He's been attacking hitters, but got to see some pitches make Oman work a little more in the batter's box for the Kettleers.
Oman dishing this one out, and a big swing from Beaver. We've seen this. Used to be just a Take Davis kind of style, usually in that third hole where it's a first pitch swing, trying to send this one yard and deep. Feels like almost every Kettleer has taken that approach so far in today's game. Check swing on that one, but they will call it strike 2. Beaver down in the count, of course, in his last appearance back in the second inning. Put out from the pitcher, Oman, over onto the third base side of Hoveder. He had a hit a couple of days ago, but has been quiet offensively since then. Up high in the zone, Beaver gets to survive for another pitch. It's been interesting to see the comparison between these two games so far. Of course, you talk about Harwich yesterday. That game ebbed and flowed. The Cats up 5 at one point, falling 11-8 at the end of the day as Beaver blops this one up towards the middle of the infield. He gets that one down. The first hit of today's game is recorded by none other than returner and Cotuit Kettleers' favorite, Landon Beaver.
There goes the no-hitter. It's not the best swing Beaver's put on a baseball all season, but pretty solid stuff going the other way. Let's take another look as Beaver just kind of flails the bat, kind of gets it off the end. Breaking ball, staying tough with it, shooting it into left field for a single. And a long way to go, but those are the quality at-bats that transfer game to game. Staying tough with 2, putting the ball in play. Good job by Landon.
Kettleers look to get out of a scoreless 5-inning stretch bat goes flying. Almost a hit and run on coaching third base side. Hunter Warren losing grip of that bat. He'll look for another one and trade out the mostly black barrel up there, or excuse me, he'll take his bat back. Very nice gesture by Frazier to run that back on over. He'll converse with Ryan Turansky on the side as he gets back up to step. We've seen a lot of bats flying here at Lowell Park, whether broken or not. Just the speed of some of these pitches that he's facing from Omen, that'll do it for you. 0-1 in the count so far. Of course, we talked a little bit about it earlier in the game. Omen's fastball tapping out around 96 miles an hour. This ball's sent all the way to the right side, practically in the ocean that neighbors us. 95 miles an hour on that one. 0-2 count for Warren, who grounded out to the second baseman, Lichenberger, before being put out at first base by Hoveder off the pass from there. Leashes this one down to the middle side of the field. It'll drop in front of Johnston, and both Beaver and Warren are able to advance safely. Promising look for a 5-inning stretch where there hadn't been a single hit recorded. A lot of 1-2-3s for Omen, but this is his first true testament of work.
Yeah, starting to adjust. That's what comes with getting quality at bats, finding runners on, and again, Omen hasn't really allowed, he hasn't walked one batter, so hasn't allowed a single free pass, but that's why it's so important to see as many hitters as possible in an inning. Even if you don't score a run across, it gets your hitters experience at the plate, gets them used to the arm on the mound, and finally starting to see Omen a little bit.
Brings up the designated hitter in Ryan Turansky. His first ball that he will face of this inning called a strike down the middle. Of course, Turansky last flew out towards center field. He had fought through a 2-2 count up until that point. Of course, we mentioned it, the quality at bats definitely needed as this ball bounces in the dirt. Reynolds will step up and check Beaver over at second, but decides to not make the throw there. Turansky has played a multitude of positions since arriving here. He's listed as an infielder and outfielder on the general Cotuit roster, but we've seen him all over the outfield, stepping into pinch hit yesterday too as he sends this one deep. You've got Waters and Neville chasing, but Waters will call off Neville at that third base side. Turansky flying out towards the left field area for the second out of this inning. And you look at the strike comparisons, the strikeout to just general put out overall, about 2 strikeouts for Omen so far in this game. That second one coming off Jace Lee, who was the leadoff hitter in the 5th inning stretch. And now we sit with Dayton Murphy, the shortstop. Landon Beaver, the first runner to be in scoring position for today's game. And Murphy with an 1-0 count. Of course, he grounded out to the first base side just a couple innings ago. It's been kind of a different pace of play from both sides of the plate so far. Omen unleashes this one, kicks it down the left side. Ball 2. Of course, if you're just joining us, a breakout 4th to 5th inning stretch for the Chatham Anglers, who have been struggling to find consistent at-bats up until this game today. Dayton takes a big hack at that one, right over the plate, falls on top of his calf. The batting protection on the left side of his leg. Of course, like we mentioned, Omen, yes, maybe showing signs of a little bit of struggle here in this 5th inning, but he's been consistent in terms of making batters reach for a lot of the pitches he's throwing, and he hasn't had to do much work. A lot of the swings come naturally. 2-1 the count. Kicks and unloads this one down towards the right side of the dirt. The sun trying to poke through the clouds once again on our side from what we can see. Makes it feel like it's actually 6:38 p.m. in contrast to the dark gray that we started out this game with at 5 o'clock. Murphy watches that one go low. He will actually be the first walk of this game issued to Omen. It's been an interesting turn of events as suddenly the bases are loaded and Omen in his first sticky situation, the infield coming in to meet with him. discuss the potential outing. You've got 2 outs on the board. You're in the bottom of the 5th inning. Omen, of course, losing that perfect no-hitter. It's kind of like telling a goalie, have a great shutout right before a hockey game, say the least. But he'll do everything in his power to keep the run tally off of his final stretch. He'll face Isaac Sturgis, the center fielder. The last time Sturgis was in the lineup was against Bourne in that 3-3 tie. Went 1 for 3 in his at-bats. Bounces off the bat down low in the zone. They will mark that one as a strike. Of course, Sturgis recording his first hit as a Kettleer in that game, helping to drive in a run later on. There's a lot of first hits for that. Jace Lee, Brady Chrisman, Isaac Sturgis adding up that tally. He also had a walk. Big swing and a miss off the delivery from Omen on that one. Thank you. Sturgis down 0-2 in the count. Of course, he flew out to right field in his last at-bat as he hacks this one and sends it down towards the merch stand. Sure, if we had a little bit better view towards the left side, you would see all the little kids chasing after that one. Got confirmation from our sideline reporter, Carson, down there. Streak of kids chasing after that. Of course, like Liam mentioned yesterday, all balls are free to keep, courtesy of the Cape Cod Baseball League this summer. They will give him a ball for that one. I will say I'm surprised Carson was not one of those kids chasing after it. He's been so excited every time a foul ball goes our way on the road. So hopefully he started his engines and was able to get to that one. Omen with an opportunity to get himself out of this inning. Bases loaded on all sides. Sturgis looking to stay alive. Swings down in the dirt. And Omen will survive another inning. After allowing 3 Kettleers runners to get on base in this one, he will send Sturgis back to the dugout and record his 3rd strikeout of today's game. Kettleers still sitting with an 11-0 deficit against the Chatham Anglers in today's game. And, you know, let's take advantage of an opportunity to check in with our sideline reporter, Carson Mercier. Carson, what do you have to tell us?
Well, Brooke, first of all, yeah, I was about to go run for that ball until I saw the line of kids going after it. But in all seriousness, coming into this game, through 4 games, Chatham had only scored 10 total runs. Today, they've put up 11 on Cotuit's pitching staff. And it's something about these 2 teams going at it on the road. On Sunday, these 2 teams went at it, and Cotuit was able to take down the Anglers at Veterans Field. Here at home, it's been a little bit of a different story for the Kettleers, trying to make something happen here in the top of the 6th inning, hoping for a quick 1-2-3 frame. Guys, back up to you.
Well, Carson, we're glad that you stayed safe from the horde of children chasing after that one. Hopefully you'll get the next one and keep your head up, champ. But of course, yeah, a lot of differences here in this one. You talk about run totals like Carson just mentioned, Liam. It's definitely a stat that you don't want to have on your line at the end of the day, allowing more runs than the A's were able to put together all together through the past 5 games. And of course, coming into this game, there was a little bit of a discrepancy. They were last in batting average with a 176 as a team total, OPS and on-base percentage as well. They were looking for their first home run coming into this one, and they gave up 2 to Gabe Frazier in that end. So a lot of changes. Kettleers looking to try and bounce back in this stretch.
Yeah, I mean, it was only a matter of time before the offense got going. Every team on the Cape is talented top to bottom, but Chatham kind of just hit a brick wall through those first 4 games, and sometimes when it rains, it pours, especially offensively. If you get 1 or 2 hits pieced together, get the bases juiced up, get some guys on base, runners in motion, it kind of distracts the pitcher, and then your offense is completely moving, and it seems like that's what happened with Chatham today.
Noah Coy is able to pick up that ground ball in the middle of the infield and pass it on over to Tage Davis for the first out of this inning. Pretty quick start to this one. Connor Schaus, the designated hitter, didn't see much time, only 1 strike in that count before being put away. And of course, every team is comprised of players who are talented from top to bottom. That's not to say the least, but the Chatham Anglers have struggled the past couple of seasons. They were knocked out of the playoffs last year. 2019 was their best record overall in their East Division. So it's been interesting to see, or excuse me, the West Division. This ball is bounced off the top of the glove of Denny on this one. A 2-0 count overall. Eli Buxton on the mound for the Cotuit Kettleers as he faces off against Bino Waters, the left fielder who helped with a bit of a sac fly earlier in the game and was able to single and bring in a run. We'll call strike in this first attempt overall. So the Kettleers, with some space to breathe for the first time, they were able to hold Chatham scoreless, with Eli Buxton coming in with runners on all bases in that stretch. He relieved Josh Halisak, was able to get himself out of the jam with a strikeout later on in that stretch. Deals this pitch to Denny, and we will issue first walk for Eli Buxton in the 6th inning.
Yeah, a little blunder, but been impressed by Buxton's stuff so far. He's really got a high release point from the top of his motion. It's hard to hit. Fastball kind of looks like it's running up onto your hands. That's tough stuff. Cutter, slider combo. Fastball can get up to 95.
Interesting approach, too, how far his arm drops back, and able to achieve that high release point, too. See more of the pitches kind of come from the side more than anything else, but he really drops that right elbow back. Big swing for Hoveder, who's been pretty consistent in his past 2 at-bats. Of course, he had the double to set up one of those many runs that we saw, the 6th in that 4-inning stretch. And of course, then he would come and steal a base after singling in the 5th. Call that one on the check swing. Buxton up in the count 1-2 overall. Hoveder fighting his way through this one, trying to advance Waters over onto second base. Dish down low. Hogan Denny having to step up to make sure that Waters wasn't going to go any farther than the slight lead that he had when that pitch was let go of.
What a block. Wow.
See a lot of that in practice that we were able to attend. Just all the catchers working their best in different ball on the ground situations, and Denny by far the most consistent. This ball let go of. 3-2 count, another full situation. The Kettleers struggling with the full count situation so far today. We've seen a couple of home runs dished off of those, and several walks included. Kettleers leading the league in walks overall. Ball sent back towards us. More of our production booth over there. Hope they stayed safe on that one. And Adriana didn't flinch too much. Buxton has 1 out in this inning. Runner on first. That ball is out towards the left. We will have another walk issued in this one. Harlan Hoveder just toys a little bit with the discipline over on the mound and is able to successfully make his way to first. We have another runner in scoring position. Of course, the Kettleers doing everything they can to minimize the damage so far in this game. 11-0 your score. Chatham with 10 hits on the day. No errors, though, in this game.
That honestly hasn't been the issue today. The walks, only 5 of them today total for the pitching staff for the Kets, but just been getting hit hard. So part of that is a testament to the A's just extending counts, fouling balls off, taking close borderline pitches and favorable counts for pitchers, and been dominant all day.
Dish off to the right side of the mound. Of course, the Chatham Anglers sitting tied for 7th overall in doubles, 4 over in total. The Kettleers still holding on to that first place spot, but the Hyannis Harbor Hawks biting at their heels with 7 doubles overall. It's been a lot of extra base hitting today. Call that one a strike. An attempt to even out the count, 2-1 so far for Corbin Reynolds, the catcher. Struck out twice today with 1 walk back in the 4th inning. He was a part of that big scoring montage, I guess is the word I want to use there.
It's a good word.
Crowd's a little quieter today than what we've been used to in the past couple of home games for the Kets. Saw a shutout 5-0 victory against Wareham on opening day, then welcomed the Bourne Braves in for a 3-3 tie. Strike 2 called on that one. 3-2 count once again for Eli Buxton. Games starting around 5 on weekdays for this first half of the season. They'll probably move earlier as the sun starts to go down sooner, but enough time for families and anyone who's working to come out and catch a Kets game. He will walk anyway. Reynolds able to avoid being hit by the pitch, but advances. And here we are again with another bases loaded situation. Buxton facing his 2nd one of the day.
Yeah, just missing that release point a little on the fastball. Smart play by Denny right there, going out talking to his guy, calming him down. Looked great through the first 3 he faced. Punched out, grounded out. He was 3-2 on Waters and then kind of let things slip. See if things change with no pressure in this situation.
Cooper Neville at the plate. In his last at-bat, he doubled that one as he pops this one up high. Hunter Warren will pull off to the side, but it'll just be past the fence and unable to reach. You talk about Neville with the double back in the 5th inning, but he also had that single on the bunt. It was phenomenal play just a couple feet down the left side. Hogan Denny having to step up and make a last-minute play to try and get second base side out. Wasn't successful. Down low in the dirt. Denny having to really jump out of his stance to stop that one. 1-1 the count, only 1 out so far. As we sit in the 6th inning, Eli Buxton on the mound for the Cotuit Kettleers with a bases loaded situation. Back-to-back innings where he has faced some sort of intensity like this. Hoveter taking a big lead on the 2nd as this is grounded out towards Tage Davis. Davis trying to make the double play. They'll send it back over, but Eli Buxton stepping on the toes of Davis and getting in the way of what would have been a 3-6-3, almost a 3-6-1. It looked like a little bit of a jumble and a miscommunication on that first base side. Allowed for Neville to reach there safely.
Yeah, no need to throw that baseball if you're Dayton Murphy. Davis made a smart play going to second to try and cut down a lead runner, and Murphy went back to the bag pretty clearly. No one really around it covering it, threw it anyways, and it's 13-0 here.
Ball bounces off the pads of Denny. That will allow for Neville to advance to second. Definitely a change of pace and not something that probably anyone was expected headed into this game. Cotuit has done a pretty good job so far this season of either the comebacks, being enlisted later on in games to make it a more sizable score, 11-8 Harwich last night. But at one point it was 11-5. Takes some momentum out of the batting order to get things settled. Buxton unleashes this one. Goes down into foul territory, a 1-1 count. 13-0 is your score. Of course, a little bit of that miscommunication play on that 3-6, and then missed opportunity back at the first base side allowed for 2 runners to come home. Basically got a touchdown and some change there. Missed the extra point kick for Chatham.
Frazier just tried to hit his 3rd homer of the day. You could tell on that swing. So dialed in at the plate right now. His approach just hunting fastballs.
Buxton dishes this one out to the right field side. Beaver too far infield to make any sort of play on that. That will send home Cooper Neville as he's able to round the third base side. Got a little tripped up as he was headed home. But Frazier has been unstoppable today. That double adds to his total of 2 home runs. He was able to get on base back in the 4th inning as well. Someone that maybe wasn't on your scorecard too much coming into this game. Of course, YD, he went 0 for 3 and had 3 strikeouts in all of his at-bats. Has just had a change of pace today as Kevin Curtin will come out to talk to his righty.
He had 3 hits on the year coming into this game. He's got 4 in this game and 6 RBIs. This is wild. This guy is crushing the baseball right now. I said it on the last swing and miss. Just the approach. You can tell he's so confident in the box right now. It's kind of the difference. Some hitters, you see guys in the bigs especially, great example is Juan Soto. You can tell when they're locked in at the plate just by their takes, just by their foul balls. Smart decision by Curtin to head out there and talk to Buxton. And these are some of those games where 14-0, practically, yes, there is a way for Cotuit to come back, but a lot of this is little lessons that you can build moving forward into this next week. Come out of an off day, and sometimes things don't go in your favor.
Well, you see it across sports, too. You have the bye week in football, and sometimes you're a little shaky coming out of things. Hockey's the same way. We'll have to see how well Eli Buxton can adjust coming out of the mound meeting. He will face Lichtenberger as he sends this one blooped up over the head of Dayton Murphy. This will bounce into the outfield. Coming in to score is Frazier. Didn't take long for him to come around the bases. Lichtenberger's able to single on that one, bring home the 15th run of this game. My math is starting to fail me a little bit with how many runs that we're having to take a look at.
Yeah, it's pretty wild stuff. Pretty wild. 15. Boy.
Dishes this one down low. Outside the zone, enough for a ball. And we might be running into another situation where we run through the entire order should Johnson survive this one. We've got 2 outs on the board, 15-0 Chatham over Cotuit. 12 hits in this game compared to Cotuit's 2, and most of those just came in the last inning. Landon Beaver successful in the single, making it all the way to second. Hunter Warren would follow soon after. Dayton Murphy was able to get on base, load him for the strikeout towards the end of the inning, sent them all back to the dugout.
Chatham had 10 runs scored coming into this game. They've got 15 just in this game alone. Remember when I was talking about the when it rains, it pours? Sometimes that happens offensively. Everything's working right now.
It's a monsoon here at Lowell Park. Strike called, making it 2-2. It's just been a change of pace here. Not as much commotion coming out of the dugout. We hear the occasional Rob Cooper chirp out to his pitcher. Chatham's bullpen awfully quiet too. Guys getting ready on the on-deck circle, but not too much excitement as this one sent towards center field. That'll drop in front of Isaac Sturgis, trying to make the play over to Dayton Murphy to check towards the second base side at Lichtenberger. They will choose to hold off. We've got another runner in scoring position. Still have 1 out to complete this inning. 15-0 is your score.
And it's another one with 9 hitters being faced. Starts with the walks, right? 3 to start the inning for Buxton, and then just good hitting all the way around from the Anglers.
Up high and towards the left field side. Hunter Warren will give up on the chase just a couple steps outside the foul line. I mean, it makes you think back to last year's massive win over Brewster. That was about a 19-3 score. The Cats took the win over the Whitecaps. And remember, we were all sitting here on the other side of things celebrating, and you're trying to review the last play that had just happened, and they hit another one deep, of course, but it's a different feeling being on the other side of it. 0-2 the count. Another attempt with Jacob Parker to get things moving and back to the dugout. A little bit of action in the bullpen for Cotuit, but no one without their warm-ups taken off. This one's down just to the left of the strike zone. Eli Buxton throwing 90 on that one. Not to say he's slowing down, but he's had to work with a lot since he got into this game.
Yeah, his velo definitely has dropped. He was 95 coming into the game, and just trying to find the zone right now. I think slowing down a little bit.
The wind's still blowing directly towards center field with a little bit of a twang towards right. Buxton deals towards the left side. Another full count. There have been more than I can count on one hand in today's game. One of those leading to a home run back in the second inning for Gabe Frazier. You're surprised to see it go as runners advance on this one. Ball tripped out. Tate Davis making the sliding play. They will call him safe on that one, but he flipped over the top of Tate Davis. Jacob Parker on the ground. Training staff able to make it out to him safely. He's able to get up on his own power right now. That looked like an absolute hard hit. He was chasing down the first base side. Tate Davis making the slide, trying to get the play from Noah Coy. Jacob Parker just directly in the line there.
Yeah, that's a tough play right there. Davis had to move up the line because Coy's throw was leading him that way. And again, it's been another really long inning, 9 runners faced. Usually you'd come off the bag and try to make a play, but Davis was trying to do something extreme. And unfortunately for Jacob Parker, just ran into Tague at first base, flipped over. He'll exit the game.
And it'll be Caden Dosa out to pinch run for Parker in that situation, hoping everyone's okay. He is technically safe at first base after all of that effort. Tate Davis was immediately concerned with Parker's condition. We were able to see that as he walked over to check on him. That is never a fun situation. I've never been flipped while running full speed at somebody, but you can imagine that the training staff is doing an excellent job taking care of him in Chatham's dugout right now. Runners on the corners in this situation. Of course, your score is now 16-0. Lichtenberger was able to advance all the way to home. Johnson making it to the corner on the third base side. And Dosa sitting on first. And that brings up Connor Schaus. We're back at the top of the order for the 6th inning already. 16-0 your score. Still waiting to see what the confirmation on the play was on our end. Big swing down there, 1-2 count. Thank you. Buxton with another opportunity to finish this one. He's up high, evening the count 2-2. There's a bit of an eerie quiet over the field right now, just the wind billowing as Buxton looks to put this one away. Deals this one back towards the fence, almost perfectly in line with the mesh on top of the fence in front of us. 2-2 count with 2 outs here in the 6th inning. Of course, I don't have my predictable time on me, but I'm curious if Liam has the exact time that this inning started.
I cannot tell you. No, it's long though.
This ball's sent out deep towards the right side. Landon Beaver able to read that one in time though and put away this inning. Cotuit Kettleers give up 5 in the 6th inning frame. As the score sits 16-0 Chatham here. We'll be back in just a minute.
If you can dream it, if you can cruise in it, if you can summer in it, fish from it, or take it for a day at the beach, we can protect it. The Baldwin Group, protecting the possible.
Cape Cod 5 is proud to be the official banking partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Cape Cod 5 offers a broad range of financial products and services tailored for every stage in your financial journey. Reach out to us. We're here to help.
Reader's Hardwood Supply is a candy store for wood, whether you're a professional or an amateur. Reader's Hardwood Supply carries over 70 species of both domestic and imported lumber from around the world, displayed in over 300 self-serve bins for your selection. So for your next project, make it your masterpiece with stock from Reader's Hardwood Supply. The woods of the world are here at Reader's Hardwood Supply.
If you're a Massachusetts resident and don't have a bachelor's, you could be attending 4Cs for free, all while preparing for careers that actually move you forward. Aviation maintenance, nursing, dental, funeral service, we've got it all. capecod.edu/free.
Try it, then buy it. Rent a new cat for up to 90 days. Then apply 100% of the rental cost to the purchase and save. The Milton Cat Rent to Purchase offer. Try it, then buy it. Go to miltoncat.com/RPO.
A change of pace here at Lowell Field. 16-0 is your score against the Chatham Anglers. Cotuit, what could be a last-ditch effort to get things going here on the board. And of course, a new arm on the mound for the Anglers and Gavin Devote, the 6'5" righty junior out of Michigan, only 35 miles northeast of where he grew up. 248 pounds and expecting a range of pitches. The fastball, not one of his main go-tos. We see a sinker between 90 to 93 miles an hour out of the CBF Pitcher of the Year watch list and midseason stopper of the year.
He's already got 1 appearance, 2 innings pitched, 3 hits, 2 runs. Didn't have his best stuff, so good no leverage kind of situation. Throw your guy out there, get him comfortable, back on the mound. Hopefully get you some outs and get back to Chatham.
Noah Coy taking to the box once again in this game today. He's only seen it 3 times. Of course, we're only in the bottom of the 6th inning. Feels like a lifetime ago when we last saw him in the 4th. And that's due in part to the numerous amounts of runs that Chatham has been able to put on the board, 14 total, since Noah Coy really stepped to the plate. We'll take this one outside the zone. Ball 1. Of course, a couple of defensive substitutions. Caden Doser remains in the game as the right fielder, replacing Parker, who had that terrifying trip and spill over the top of Tate Davis just a couple of moments ago. Really hoping everything's okay over there. They will stay with Dosa in that right field spot. See him warming up, getting ready to go. It's his first real bout of action in a couple of days. The delivery down the middle, 2-1 your count overall. And of course, we talked a little bit about it on Tuesday, just the change of pace and unexpected happening. And Liam's favorite thing today is when it rains, it pours, and you are absolutely right in that prediction. Just a change of pace in every category.
You got to credit Omen as well on the mound. He went 5 innings pitched. He had a perfect game through 4 innings, and then 2 hits, no runs. He only struck out 3. Really wasn't punching out, using the punch out that much.
He's doing it. The windup ends up in the dirt.
Oh, yeah. I think Coach Cooper would be really happy
and of course,
to talk if you want me to go down there and
Kettleers
talk to
in
him.
much of a different start. They've been held scoreless through 6 innings of play so far today. Only 2 hits on the board. Those coming much later in this stretch so far. This ball has popped up high and towards the left side of the field. No need for Frazier to make any sort of movement towards it. Noah Coy battling through this full count so far.
Joe, funny guy.
We haven't seen a full count since Tage Davis's strikeout back in the 4th inning. And of course, may not feel like that long ago in a typical baseball game, but we're sitting at 2 hours since first pitch as Noah Coy is successfully able to draw the walk. He'll be third plate appearance, draws the walk after flying out 2 separate times before that. Quick mound visit for the Chatham Anglers for Devote, especially, of course. Like Liam was mentioning, has had 1 appearance so far, finished with a 9 ERA after 2 innings of work, but had 3 strikeouts compared to the 1 walk. However, he did give up a home run. This could be the golden opportunity for Cotuit to put some amount of runs on the board. And Hogan Denny steps up to the plate.
Yeah, again, this is one of those situations where 16-0, there's a chance, always a chance, but these are the lessons that you kind of take into tomorrow's game, Sunday's game, down the line. That's the importance of these at-bats right here.
Denny awaits the deal. 1-0. And of course, pinch hitting for the Cotuit Kettleers. We see Seo Jean-O for the first time this game. Of course, yesterday had a little bit of work. Excuse me, not yesterday, but against the Harwich Mariners on Tuesday. He was relieved by Ryan Turansky later on in that game. Was able to successfully make his way to first base, back in the 2nd before flying out, popping out a couple of times after that. But when you need a power hitter and you've got a guy on base already, Seo Jean-O may be the correct choice. Recently announced Tuesday, that he would be in the transfer portal after good amount of time with High Point University. So many accolades to back him up. 2-1 the count, though, for Hogan Denny.
Yeah, I think that's a precautionary measure. Take Davis at first, obviously collided with Parker as well, so remove him, make sure he's all good, and get Seo an at-bat.
Quick advance over to second base for Noah Coy. That ball made an audible sound as it bounced out of the glove of Reynolds as the backstop. Hogan Denny staying alive with a 3-1 count so far. So Seo Jean-O, the next batter up for the Cotuit Kettleers, followed by Jace Lee. Noah Coy in scoring position for the Cats as that one is drawn on the outside. Hogan Denny shaking his head. He's able to hand his bat off to Jace Lee and get ready to go at the first base side. This could be an optimal situation for Seo Jean-O to come into. Got runners on first and second. But of course, in moments like these, it's great if you can send this 1 yard and get 3 guys back to home plate. But also, it's more of a get the ball in play. And we've seen several situations for the Cats where 1 run and 1 hit is all you need to get a spark going. Devote facing his first pitch to Seo Jean-O. That ball is down low in the dirt. 93 miles an hour on that one.
Yeah, that was a big call for O entering the transfer portal. Just had a great season at High Point University and had the opportunity to go other places, but looked like he might have been staying put for a little bit, ends up entering the portal, and it's big pickup on the market for Seo Jean-O. Big South Player of the Year. First team All-Conference. You mentioned it, Brooke, but he's got just raw talent and power at the plate.
And thanks to our insightful input from Carson Mercier earlier on in this game, they have until June 30th to enter, but O has as much time as he really wants once that portal entrance date closes. As a strike's called there, 2-1 the count. Saw that process a little bit last year with Jaron Avincula. Entered earlier on in the season and committed to Georgia Tech a little bit later, that June-July stretch. So O giving himself some time to pick and choose his options as he fouls this one over to the Chatham dugout. No outs on the board Bottom of the 6th inning, Cotuit Kettleers doing everything they can to stay alive in this one. 16-0 is your score here at Lowell Park. The wind has finally started to die down, so pop fly in any direction shouldn't drift too much. Sent deep towards the left field side, but will meet a similar fate as that at Harwich. Sends it on over to the left fielder in Waters.
Good swing, backside, but just got under it a little bit, lifted it up.
That brings to bat Jace Lee. Last time he took the plate, flew out towards left field in the 2nd inning and struck out back in the 5th. Change the narrative here a little bit. He's successful when it comes to the RBI, 46 in his last season with the Fighting Irish, as that ball is outside towards the legs of Jace Lee. Saw 29 walks compared to the 47 strikeouts at the plate, 430 on base percentage. Do everything you can to load up the bases now, and you only have 1 out on the board. DeVoe lets this one go, and it goes up high behind us. No chance for Reynolds to make the behind-the-dish play. Of course, Lee starting in 53 of 53 games this past season. Experienced with the at-bat, able to put away 66 hits, 12 doubles, and 3 triples. It needs some sort of momentum. Hoveder chasing down the right field side, and it's just too far deep. All the way to the right. No need to make the play over the fence. So you've got Noah Coy on second, who's able to make it past there on a passed ball behind the plate of Reynolds. Hogan Denny on first. He was able to successfully walk in that one. That's his first walk of the day and first plate appearance. Fouled off the left side. Jace Lee looking for any sort of momentum to get things going here for the Cats. Still sitting 16-0. We're almost 2.5 hours since first pitch. On the windup for DeVoe. Bounces this one to the third base side. Frazier gonna make the play at first. Glides past him. We could be seeing the first run come in for the Cotuit Kettleers, but they will hold him at third. Of course, the play made at third base to retire Noah Coy. Hogan Denny makes his way all the way over to third safely. And Jace Lee on the way to second. Just a long pass past the glove of Hoveder on that situation. A play that we've seen a couple of times when the sun is directly in the eyes of the first baseman. That happens a lot here at Lowell Park. Just looked like it slipped past him, and Hoveder practically on the ground to try and stop that ball.
What's interesting sometimes, at some fields you can kind of skip the ball on the ground. It's not really a thing here. It's either firm dirt you're meeting or the grass is so thick on the infield cut that it's going to knock down the ball. Went with the one hop. Good play on third by Frazier, but just overthrows it. Still no runs, though, coming in to score for the Cats.
See if Hogan Denny gets any sort of jump to him. Of course, against Harwich, it was practically less than a foot most times. That was at the first base situation after a walk there. DeVoe deals that one. Called a strike in his favor, 1-2 the count. Of course, we saw bases loaded a couple innings ago, but nothing to show for it in terms of the run column for the Kettleers. 2 outs on the board. Landon Beaver doing everything he can to put this one in play. He started the hitting drive off for the Kettleers back in that 5th inning stretch. He's usually been the first to kickstart momentum when it comes to the Cats batting order. See if it holds true here. DeVoe comes home. Big swing off the back of DeVoe, makes the play. That'll bring in Denny. They're going to see if they can bring Jace Lee as well, but 1 run scored. Beaver successfully all the way to first. Bounced off the back of DeVoe. Looks like he's recoiling a little bit from that play. Of course, that ball coming at him with full speed off the bat of Landon Beaver, and once again it holds true. The offensive action kick-started by Beaver himself.
Right on cue, Brooke. Hard hit ball right back up the middle. Second hit of the day for Beaver. How about the Cats faithful staying along? Loud round of applause for the run. 16-1, so what? Can still celebrate.
Not completely a blowout anymore. Take the shutout category there. Beaver will try to advance, but Hunter Warren dishes off the foul ball. So Beaver will make the nice trot back. DeVoe has 1 out left in this inning. 2 strikes away. Hunter Warren will give everything he can after singling in the first. Singling back in the 5th inning, excuse me. Towards the left side of Warren's face in this situation. Runners on the corners. Jace Lee back at third. Landon Beaver at first. Hunter Warren with the opportunity to make it 16-2.
Kyle Kipp getting loose in the Cats' pen. He'll come out for what could be just 3 outs in the top of the 7th.
Pitch down and low, they will call that a strike. This could be the payoff pitch to put away the Kettleers for the bottom of the 6th inning, but Hunter Warren, the NC State transfer as of last week, doing everything he can. 8.6 strikeout rate, knows how to work his zone. Takes a big hack on that one, and that will finish the bottom of the 6th inning. DeVoe able to survive, but not after giving up the first run for the Cotuit Kettleers in this 16-1 game here at Lowell Park. We'll be back with the top of the 7th in just a minute. Cape and Coast Bank has been supporting Cape Cod families since 1921. Just like the Kettleers, they believe in teamwork, commitment, and community. Whether you're planning your next big move or need smart business advice, Cape and Coast Bank is there to help. Find out more by visiting capeandcoastbank.com or at their nearby location off Falmouth Road in Marston's Mills.
Proudly serving Cape Cod, Plymouth, and the South Shore since 1927, Paul J. Cazault & Sons are here to solve your roofing, siding, or gutter needs. They also offer window replacement, rotten trim repair, deck resurfacing, and many other exterior improvements. Get in touch with the experts at Cazault Roofing and Siding by calling 508-428-1177 or head to their website at cazault.com. That's CAZEAULT.com.
Hey Cotuit fans, this is Dayton Murphy, shortstop from Purdue. This is your home for Kettleers baseball all summer long. Catch all the action from Lowell Park and on the road right here on the Cape League TV.
Another pitching change here at Lowell Park as the Kettleers do everything they can to keep the damage minimal against a 16-1 lead by the Chatham Anglers in their second ever meeting of this season. On the mound, number 42, Kyle Kipp, the righty out of Boston College, just finished up his junior season there. 5.08 ERA. No starts given in his junior year, but saw 8 starts as a sophomore. Seen 39 innings of work, and of course 32 strikeouts compared to 16 walks. Other defensive changes: Seojun Oh at first base in place for Tate Davis. The replacement coming after Jacob Parker flips over the top of Davis on the run to first. Of course, that defensive play also, or that defensive position by Parker also changed out for Dosa. Just making sure both guys are okay and don't want to push anything too serious. But Kipp on the mound now, looking to make this inning a quick one. Kettleers still struggling to find a 1-2-3 inning. They haven't seen it since the 3rd. Chatham Anglers, on the other hand, really phenomenal. Jack Oman setting up almost 5 consistent 1-2-3s in his time of work. Kettleers scoring their first run just moments ago. Chatham Anglers looking to increase that lead, and that will bring up Bino Waters. He's been incredible in today's game so far. 4 at-bats, a sac fly back in the first, was able to single and then be brought home in the 4th, struck out in the 5th, and walked and found his way back across the plate once again in the 6th inning. Kyle Kipp looking to swing the momentum of the pitching staff today as he sends that one towards the right side. 90 mile an hour on that stretch.
Yeah, he was so effective last summer for Brewster. Could be a really good bullpen arm down the line. Only throwing 1 inning. It was against Chatham to close out that game. And had the bases loaded at one point. Didn't allow a run to come in to score. He's got some filthy stuff, though, on the right side. And numbers showed for it last summer. He had 17 1/3 innings pitched. 3 runs, but none of them were earned. ERA was 0s.
2025 East All-Star for the Whitecaps. He was also the only player from Connecticut to be named an All-Star on Cape League last year.
It's an interesting factoid.
Dig hard enough, you start to find them. Of course, he will issue the first walk of this inning to Bino Waters. That will bring up Harlan Hoviter, first baseman, transfer to Mississippi State. After striking out in the first, was nothing but bad from the 4th through the 6th inning. Doubled in that second appearance, was able to single and then steal second, then was able to walk after that. So someone you want to be conscientious of sending over to first in this stretch. Kipp with his first strike in his outing of the day. Of course, the Kettleers have had a long stretch of play so far. Of course, we talk about it, the 5-0 win against Wareham back on the 13th. 8-2 win against Chatham, a little bit different situation here, but tomorrow they'll be out at YD against the Red Sox, the home of the infamous Donut Burger. It's a 5 p.m. first pitch. YD in a similar situation, no field lights there. So they'll have to play some quick ball. Check that one, 0-2 on that count. And that will send Hoviter back to the dugout. His second strikeout of the day, but it's taken about 5 innings to get him there.
I can't wait for that donut burger. I'll tell you what, I'm fired up for tomorrow.
You a glazed donut or a jelly donut person for that kind of situation?
Well, see, I've never been in that situation where a burger is between 2 donuts, but if I did have to pick, I feel like glazed is a safer option, but I'm trying both. I'm trying both tomorrow. I'll get both of those. That'll be fun. That'll be fun.
I'll make sure to pack the Tums for tomorrow so we don't lose you.
Yeah, exactly right.
The bathrooms are not close to the broadcast table for the visitors whatsoever, so keep that in mind.
Boy.
A lot of the dugout also talking about how bad they want to try this concoction. Every field has some sort of food item that, you know, maybe you'll see it typically, but it's done a specific way. But the donut burger is definitely one of those odd ones out.
That's got to be the most iconic, right?
It has to be.
It's heard murmurs of that since, really, I arrived on the Cape, so it's a big anticipation moment playing out tomorrow.
Well, might have to do a food review of all 3 of us because I'm not doing that alone. So grateful Liam will be with us. Don't know if Carson wants to try his hand at that one.
We'll force him. We'll force him to.
Peer pressure in some situations is good. 2-2 the count for Corbin Reynolds. Of course, yeah, White House Field had clam chowder. We were not able to try that one out, but their hot chocolate that you got me, Liam, was really good. I will give them that.
That was solid, yeah.
Necessary for a cold evening like that. That one's bounced up towards the middle end. Warren will come in to make the play over to O. Successful on that one, retiring Reynolds on that side. However, Waters will advance to second base, another scoring position for the Chatham Anglers in this one.
Warren looks smooth at third base. He didn't play a single pitch at third this season at Wright State. Shortstop, second baseman predominantly, and Coach Coop giving Moran the night off. Warren moves to third base, and he's made both plays pretty effectively. That was a tough one on the run.
Of course, when talking about his type of play, he's been one of those infielders in what was arguably one of the toughest conferences in the country out at the Horizon League last year. Said he didn't surprise himself at all. He always knew what he was capable of, and someone who can rotate around in the infield. No matter when Coop calls you out, you go out and do it and give 100% of your 50. Big swing down the right field side. Landon Beaver having to step up to make that play. They'll wave Waters all the way home. 17 runs on the board for that one. 17-1 is your score currently. The Chatham Anglers just able to put away practically almost every runner on base so far this situation. Kyle Kipp, 2 outs on the board. He's got a runner on first in Corbin Reynolds. Neville steps up to the plate.
Triple shy of the cycle as well. So ball down the right field line. This could get interesting.
Kipp unleashes this ball. Big swing on that first base side. Yeah, we talk about it. Gave him a single off the bunt back in that 4th inning stretch. He doubled in the 5th. Have to see what he can do here.
Homer, single, homer, double. It's not bad. Not a bad day at the ballpark, Mr. Frazier.
Putting the Cats through the spin cycle. Potentially, of course, still have to earn your way to that triple, but interesting to see kind of the turnaround that Frazier has had. We mentioned it against YD just a couple days ago. He went 0 for 3 and struck out every single time. A big swing from him there, and Kipp gets them out of the inning. 1 run given up in this top of the 7th stretch, but the Kettleers holding on to a 17-1 deficit here at Lowell Park. We'll be back with more in just a minute.
The Kettleers welcome ZoomInfo.com as a premium sponsor for the 2026 season. Smart businesses use ZoomInfo. It leverages data to unlock useful insights, and it allows you to know who to reach out to and how to reach them so you can grow your business. Unlock insights, engage customers, and win faster with ZoomInfo.
Proudly serving Cape Cod, Plymouth, and the South Shore since 1927, Paul J. Kazalt & Sons are here to solve your roofing, siding, and gutter needs. They also offer window replacement, rotten trim repair, deck resurfacing, and many other exterior improvements. Get in touch with the experts at Kazalt Roofing and Siding by calling 508-428-1177 or head to their website at kazalt.com, spelled CAZEAULT.com.
Hey Cats fans, this is outfielder Isaac Sturgis. You're listening to the Kettleers Baseball on Cape Cod League TV.
Cotuit Kettleers holding on to what could be the final half inning of play. Chatham up 17-1. It's been quite a long game, sitting at 2.5 hours after first pitch. Chatham getting on the board with 1 run apiece in the first and second innings, and what could have been a close comeback escalated entering into that 4th inning stretch. You're gonna throw on Connor Schaus onto the mound here. Of course, a situation where you see a two-way player take advantage. He was the designated hitter in today's game. I mean, you don't see this a lot of the time, but we've seen it a couple so far this summer. But, Liam, what are his pitching stats?
Yeah, he can hurl it. He threw at Texas Tech this year, 15 1/3 innings pitched, just 13 hits given up, 5.87 ERA, 16 strikeouts, already popping 94, 95. Looks athletic in the box, and he's already at the plate today. A hit Most recently, 2 walks, scored a run. Help yourself out, go to the mound, close things out. 16-run ball game. Throw out a new guy who might need some more experience on the mound. And again, these are those at-bats for the Cats. This is how things translate. Ryan Taransky leading things off, doesn't have a hit as a Kettleer. It's a perfect time, no pressure situation. Go up there, swing the bat freely, hunch your pitches, be confident in your at-bat, and those things translate. Big game tomorrow against YD, currently undefeated.
First mound appearance for Connor Schaus on the summer ball season. The righty looking to deal some damage. Taransky faces the first pitch. One down the middle. Came off 96 miles an hour, if I'm reading that correctly.
Yeah, he can move. He can move down the mound. He's athletic. He's kind of got a stout frame there. 6'1", 195, but whippy arm.
95 on the next pitch. Bit of action on the breaking ball for him.
Yeah, it's running away from the lefty, too. It's kind of got that two-seam movement. Should be a lot of heaters in this inning for Kettleers hitters.
One, two, the count. After a couple of pitches from the brand new arm on the mound. 96, 95, and then 94 miles an hour. Impressive action out of Connor Schaus so far this game. Spent most of his day as a designated hitter for the Chatham Anglers. Deals this one out. Taransky popping it on over to the third base side. Hoveder with the play. They will say they got him. Taransky still without a hit in a Kettleers jersey. Falls in to that 5-3 ground out. And the first down is recorded at the bottom of the 7th.
Not a bad swing the other way. This is pretty filthy on the mound right here from Connor Schaus. Throw out a guy who's DHing all night, and the arm slot is so interesting, too. Kind of a 3/4 delivery.
Dayton Murphy in the box now, rewarded with a 1-0 count to start things off here. So far, he's grounded out to the first base side and walked in his next at-bat appearance. His count will even out 1-1. Quickly fiddles with his batting gloves, taps the bat down on the home plate side. The righty getting ready to unleash. Far to the right side of the zone. 74 changeup on that one. Initially had it at 53. Had to take a beat to make sure that was the correct number. So 73 is your changeup on that one. 2-1 the count. Of course, Dayton Murphy, primarily shortstop so far this season. Played against Harwich, went 1 for 4 with 1 walk and 1 strikeout. Do anything to get a Kettleer on base here in this do-or-die inning. He's got the 3-2 count. Kettleers have been iffy today when coming upon those. Good amount of walks, good amount of pop-ups. Too many outs. Payoff pitch goes down the center field side. That'll be Lichtenberger trying to make the play over to the right side. They will call Dayton Murphy out. The slide from Hoveder just in time. A practical Take Davis move there. Murphy will be the second out of the inning.
What a play. Made that look easy up the middle. Dealing with the bag was Lichtenberger. On the run, had to get rid of it. Murphy with the hard 90 and a short hop at first base by Hoveder.
So it'll be Isaac Sturgis, the bottom of this batting order, sends it on over to the right field side. That will drop just in front of Parker. Isaac Sturgis with the first pitch wonder on over to get himself to first base.
I think that worked out right there. First pitch swinging from Sturgis, hunting the fastball, but I think that's an area of improvement for the Cats moving forward is a lot of first pitch swingings today. And that was one of the reasons why Omen able to go so far. Clearly on some form of a pitch count as well, and he only threw 63 pitches through 5 innings, which is great.
So Connor Schaus faces off against Noah Coy. Was able to walk in his last at-bat, but then be thrown out. Faced a full count in that one, but is currently 0-1. Sends this one up high. That'll bring in Johnson to try and make the play, and he does. Throw the ball on over to second base. Isaac Sturgis able to advance all the way to the third base side off of that one. Noah Coy successful in his second at-bat. It's a lot darker than the last time we talked about the surroundings of Lowell Park. The wind has definitely died down, starting at 20-mile-an-hour gusts to kick things off. A lot of pop flies to the outfield being warped, forcing anyone down that side to turn heel and chase. Of course, now Kettleers have 2 runners on corners. Hogan Denny at bat, someone who was able to connect twice for the extra base hits against Chatham. Sitting at a 2-0 count. He has the chance to make this a little bit of a closer game. Of course, the score's still 17-1. Do everything you can to keep the ball in play here. Denny watching that one go low. 3-0 the count.
So Chatham started in dead last today for batting average. They moved up to 5th in the CCBL just today. 233 as a squad now. It's a pretty solid improvement in one game.
Denny will be awarded his second walk of the day. Of course, Chatham starts to rise in the batting average. The Kettleers starting to sink just a little bit. The walks are great in a scoring position and setting up what could be the third juiced bases situation of the day for the Kets. But struggling to find the connections off the wooden bats are the Kettleers.
Yeah, they haven't quite done what Chatham did today, which is just piece a ton of hits together. They've got the capability to do it. One of the most talented lineups in the league, clearly. Seen it, different points of contact, different guys getting hot, but it hasn't been kind of a chain of at-bats. A lot of walks. Leading the league is Cotuit, 30. But hitting-wise, 4th to last, 205 batting average as a team.
Mentioned the walks, a chance here to do it. Seojano staying placent in the batter's box. A 1-1 count. 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th inning for the Kettleers. Schaus steals that one. I'll call that a ball. Of course, you have runners on every base so far. Starting with Isaac Sturgis all the way on 3rd, Noah Coy on 2nd, and Hogan Denny on 1st. Big swing over to the right side of things. Sturgis will come home. They'll also stop Coy. That angle. Dosa able to pick that one up in the right field for his first play since being subbed in the right field slot. Sturgis comes home, making the score 17-2. Bases are still loaded as O makes it on over to 1st.
Yeah, that's the reason why this guy's going to be a big-time portal addition for whatever team snags him up. It's baseball's hard for a living.
Jace Lee with 46 RBI in his past season with the Fighting Irish. Could be the guy to add another number to that stat line for the night. 0-1 the count. 2 outs for the Kettleers, looking to push one of their longer innings of today. Big swing. The hack on that one unsuccessful for Lee. He sits 0-2 the count.
Agreed.
Clapping starting to emerge from the grandstands. Pop up and high. Running in for it is Lichtenberg. And with that, he seals this game. The Kettleers, 17-2 loss, handed on over to the Chatham Anglers. The bullpen for the A's running out to celebrate. They break their 0-4 losing streak to take one against a team that handed them an 8-2 loss just a couple days ago. Kettleers looking to bounce back from a batting average that held them in contempt all night long against the YD Red Sox tomorrow at 5 p.m. That road trip, a chance to change things around against a team that's still undefeated so far tonight. Kettleers suffering their second loss of the season in back-to-back nights, hoping to change things around. Thank you for staying with us all night long. Brooke Killgore alongside Liam Ervin and Carson Mercier wishing you a good night, and it's another great night for Cotuit Kettleers baseball.